Hi everyone and welcome to Fading Footsteps, our last show of the week, of the day, with the wonderful Sage Ophelia and today's guest. Unfortunately, Abby cannot be with us this week. She is taking another opportunity, which could be very, very good, without giving too much details. I'll still shout out her stuff. I'll also post my links in the chat. Please pay attention to the links as my bot spams them at you. There's places you can go and find us socially. There's places you can go to support us. There's places you can support our sponsors, Bird and the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press. And also, there are places you can get discounts on websites and all sorts of good things. I'll be updating the commands tomorrow so that they are more up to date, because currently some of them are a little out of date, I admit. First of all, I will post Abby's Twitter handle. That's the word I'm looking for. Please do go and check her out, even though she's not here this week. And I will hand over to the wonderful Holly.
Oh, hi. I'm Holly. You can find me at Sage Ophelia on Twitter. I'm going to be playing all of the personalities that aren't the people you see before you. Super excited for this week. We have a return guest. I think we'll actually have Potato go ahead and introduce yourself first. Oh, hi.
Hi, I'm Potato Hollow. I'm going to be playing Ella. Ella is a half-elf druid who has a horse named Speckles and a cart that sells pastries.
Muffins OP. Okay.
Yes.
For our newest,
I love her so much.
Paladin Hulk, hi. Where can we find you? Who are you?
Hi everybody, I'm Paladin Hulk. I'm a Twitch moderator for Random Tuesday, Geekspace TV, and Little Red Dot. And today, I'm playing Joe Brown, cleric of the God of Knowledge. You know, I used to be in the army, and I got bullied something fierce for being just not smart enough to be in the army, which is not very smart at all. So I used to pray in my sleep when I was crying for some god to come down and make me just a little smarter. And actually one of them did. And I went back to the bullies and I said, you can't bully me no more. I've got a god on my side. And they beat the piss out of me. Because it turns out that you need to go to cleric school and learn stuff before you can channel the powers of a god. So, like, it's a 2-year course. It took me 7 years, but I'm here now and I'm doing the work. Hoping to get, like, a comfortable job as a cleric in a village, mending wounds and stuff, but no, apparently I'm best suited to travel the world, which I don't like, but that's what it is. Okay.
And the one you see every week, Scratticus. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Hastily swapping Joe and Ella the right way around. Oh, hi. I'm Scratticus, and I am playing Syntagon, the tiefling War Mage Apprentice, a young lad who is definitely old enough to drink, and is looking forward to another week of adventure after blowing up a wizard's tower. I mean, well, we didn't blow it up, but kind of maybe.
Semantics. All right.
Yes.
So
I think it's more that we smashed it.
Just on the inside a little bit. So as a brief recap of what happened last time, we went to the cleric's tower, which turned out to possibly not belong to a cleric, and we found inside 2 rooms, one of which was filled with lava, the other which was filled with water. We had some fun in that, and then Ratbite got giant and smashed the wall between the 2 rooms. The elements combined, and there was steam. And then a voice came out that said, hello? And that is where we stopped. As soon as the voice finishes saying, hello, everybody hears a rumbling. Stones start to fall from where the ceiling is over the rooms. And Ratbite, still in his massive form, says, hang on, I gotta get into rhyming mode. I'm just not in rhyming mode. He doesn't say anything yet because I have to think.
Squished before the rhyme can finish.
And he runs up and in his massive form holds his hands up and he says, "Don't you worry about me. I'll stay here while you can flee." He seems to actually have a really good hold, like he was bracing for the roof to fall down, and it just seems completely stable. And as he stands there focusing all of his energy on holding that roof, Puck, staring at this, gasps, and the mist that has filled the room rushes and fills nothing. It seems to just disappear into the wall behind her. Puck looks up and they say, in a voice not theirs, "Hello?" From outside, Joe, you approach this tower. It looks like a wizard's tower. The door is open, and you hear a great rumbling from inside, and some voices you can't quite make out.
Well, I do have this letter addressed to the wizard, and this looks like a wizard tower, but it sounds like he's busy. So should I just wait out here for him to finish whatever that is and not get squished myself? Tricky. I'll just go a bit closer. I walk up and give it a listen to see if this is runaway time or heroics time, because those two can be hard to tell apart.
Right as you lean in and listen, you actually hear, as though carried around the entire tower, "Hello?"
Hello? Well, that doesn't sound like incredibly dangerous, like a demon or something. So I'll just go in, I guess.
Okay. So you go in, and it looks like your standard wizard's tower. There seems to be sort of a curving corridor, and as you continue to walk around it, you see that there's some looks like recently dried volcanic rock on part of the pathway. It seems to be cooled. You can walk right over it if you'd like.
That's odd. I keep going.
Okay. All right. As you go over it and you round the corner, you see someone standing, looking very confused, staring at a tiefling and... Hello, you're a human, right? And a half-elf, who seem to be just as confused looking back at them.
Hello, is any of you a wizard? I've got a letter for a wizard here.
I'm an apprentice.
Close enough. You know, there's no name on it, so I guess this is for you. Here you go.
There's in the room. There's okay. I'll come and take and open the letter and have a quick read.
So you open the letter, and it says, "Francis Kent, they're coming. You know what to do. Read the book at the top of the shelf. You know which one. And do what it says. And for God's sake, be discreet." There's no signature.
Oh God.
That's how I start all my prayers as well.
Is everything okay?
Is something wrong?
Who asks that?
Puck.
Oh.
In a voice still not theirs.
do an insight check on them?
Mhm. I mean, Puck's like changed shape before. Maybe they change voices too.
That makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. So I will. No, nothing's wrong. But someone has a message. And this isn't for me. And it says that we should read a book. And
Oh, I hate reading books. You know, I did 7 years of reading books, and now everywhere I go, it's like, read this book, Joe. And I'm like, you already know the book. Why do I have to do it?
What is a book?
I'll read the book.
See, there you go. That's good initiative. You can read the book. How do they not know what a book is? That's weird.
Puck reaches out and touches the stone and says, "Is this a book?"
Puck.
Right, like that's
Dear, I don't.
that's supposed to happen. Like they don't know what a book is or what a wall is. I'm a bit concerned now.
As am I.
Are you all right?
I'm half right.
Is the other half left? Because then you're all right.
Yes.
See, perfectly solved. Cleric. That's how we do it.
I don't know. I was just born.
You were just now born?
I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't cast that spell. It was an accident.
That's also a little odd. Are we sure this is supposed to happen? This sounds all very
Are you
strange
okay,
and
dear?
unusual.
I am okay. I feel like I was 2, and they were halved, and I was born. I almost have memories of these. They touch the wall again.
Are you aware that that body had an owner before you?
A body?
Yes.
Yes, they're still here.
Good. Can we speak to them?
Oh, this is a possession. All right. I'm not that quite high level of cleric. I don't know how to undo a possession. Oh, wait. I take out my flask.
Wait, you're.
I bless this. And then I throw the flask at their head.
But wait, you're a cleric. We came here looking for a cleric.
Well, look no further because I happen to finish cleric school. So, yay, I'm done. I've got a certificate and everything. And I've got his holy symbol of the god of knowledge. And he knows everything and I don't.
This is a cleric's tower. Is this your tower?
I came to deliver a message for a wizard here, which is apparently not this one.
The wizard wouldn't have been called Francis Kent, would they?
I don't know. I don't go reading other people's mail. That's a crime.
Well,
That's
apparently.
a good policy.
Oh no, am I a criminal?
Francis
Well, it looks like.
Kent.
Is that you? Are you Francis Kent?
They remember a sign by the flowers. Francis Kent.
I believe Francis Kent is the owner of this tower. He must be a cleric.
But a cleric having a wizard's tower is a bit weird. You think he's both a wizard and a cleric? That's a lot of studying.
He could have multi-classed. It's
That's
possible.
way too much studying.
Yes.
You know how many books you'll have to read, and some of them will make sense, and some of them won't, because there'll be like parables and whatnot.
Yes. That sounds like a lot of work.
Is he here?
Well, if this is his tower, he's probably here.
Okay.
I mean, I can pretend to be Francis Kent for a little while if that helps.
I mean, this is a letter delivered from the God of Knowledge to Francis Kent, so I don't think pretending is going to fool the God of Knowledge, because I think he knows. I think that's like a thing he does where he knows things, like that you're not him.
Oh, man. Thank you very much, Michael Wayne, for the reroll to Potato and Paladin Hulk. You both get a reroll.
Yay. Turn my successes into failures, because those are more fun.
Is
Anyway,
your god here?
More failures. It depends.
Him or
Is your god here?
no? I mean, I'm here. That's close enough. Like, you
Your
can see out of my
god?
eyes and what and stuff.
Like possession.
Not exactly. That's more high level cleric stuff.
I could possess you if I wanted to.
Please
I
don't.
think you need consent for that, which I do not give. No consent, no.
Did this one give consent?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh,
They
that's
were
bad.
here. And I don't think I would have lived. I was blowing away.
Well,
What
I
would
think
you
we can make an
suppose?
exception if you're about to die.
Maybe they were moving on to the afterlife, which is what's supposed to happen. And if they were like, "No, I'm not going. Can't make me. I'm just going to take over this innocent person's body," that's not great. Let me try the flask again. Go to where I Right, I'm gonna bless
They
it
hand the
again.
flask back.
This time I'm gonna have a bit better aim, and I can chuck it at their body again.
What is in here?
Be working. I think I missed a step when I studied this.
I believe you're supposed to empty the flask onto them.
No, it's just onto them. I thought before I threw it. Now that makes more sense. Let me give it a whirl.
Should I empty it on me?
If you would, sure, that would be incredibly helpful.
They look like they've never used hands to do anything. So they just sort of back against the wall and smash like the top off over their head. And it flows down and it almost looks like hydrophobic, where it's not like actually getting their hair wet or anything. It's just sort of rolling down. And they hold out their hands and it collects in their hands. And then they cup it all in one hand, pick the holy flask back up, and just pour it back in and hand it back to you.
Thanks. That's going to be not very hygienic, I feel. Waste not, want not.
You
All right,
bless.
so that didn't work. Are you feeling any different? No, right?
No, should I?
I mean, the idea was to depossess you, but maybe that's not what's going. What about you, fellow? Do you have any ideas?
I mean, if the holy thing isn't working, we could try the hell thing. I could try burning them out. It's a bit more damaging to the body, though.
I don't think the owner of the body would like that.
No, me neither.
No, I don't think so.
Burn me with fire, and
No, we're not going to do that. Don't worry.
they hold their hand out and roll a perception check for me, y'all.
I love the word y'all.
Y'all.
I'm super perceptive.
It's one of my favorite words. Nat 20.
I love it.
Nice.
So, baby. So as they hold out their hand, Centagon, you don't see anything happening. They just seem to be like, but Joe, you start to feel warmth, like kind of baking off of them. And Ella, as you look, you can see like when you look at like the top of a car on a hot day where there's like the heat lines coming off, centered right over their palm, and you can see the skin underneath like drying, not to the point of like being cracking and like disgusting, but just like drying underneath where this heat is. And then they sort of let it die down.
Yes, I think you're hurting the body that you're possessing.
Oh wait, this is a ghost. I'm so stupid. I should just turn undead.
I'm not dead. I'm two half-lives together.
All right, so it's not a ghost. I'm incredibly confused now.
Hang on a minute. I'm just gonna look through my spell book.
The running theory before was that they are Genasi.
I am not Genasi, the rock man who makes horseshoes with his hands. I'm not Genasi. I think something different.
Do you have a name?
I was just born. Well, what should my name be?
I like Belinda.
That is a good name, but they should pick their own name, though.
Yes, I think the name that you should go with is the name that you like best.
What? That's
Did
not fair. I
you-
didn't get to pick my name. My parents named me.
That is unfair. What would you like to be called then?
I quite like Centagon.
There you go.
Belinda is a good name.
Yay! Yay, right?
Did we just solve the problem? Because that felt a bit easy.
No, I don't think we solved the problem.
You know, maybe we should talk to the wizard who lives or cleric who lives in this tower. You know,
Yes.
maybe that one's got any ideas on account of him being an arcane expert.
Yes, I believe if he's a cleric and a wizard,
Right?
then he will be
Like,
doubly qualified to solve this problem.
that's what I'm saying. Like, let our powers combine into one person, which is exactly what this person is saying that they are. So, wait, are you the wizard? No, that's stupid.
The wizard.
Yeah, we're gonna
Was
find a wizard who lives in this
Kent.
tower, and they're gonna take care of you and give you like memories or something. I don't know. Let's go explore.
Okay. And where y'all going? You can move yourselves on the map, I believe. Unless I've messed everything up.
Still can't move myself.
Ah! Hi. Let me try one thing real fast. It should. Try now, maybe? So silly. If I take you off, can you put yourself back on and try it?
There, now that works. Yes.
I don't know what should I be moving?
Okay.
The,
Put yourself back on, and you should be able to move yourself. If you know how
it works.
Oh, what a coincidence. I don't know either. Sorry for the technical issues, guys.
Tech issues are a normal part of Twitch life.
Someday I will learn how to make people appear on Roll20 and make them be able to be in their own control.
Control's overrated.
Let's click it.
DM, take the wheel.
Oh gosh, don't put me in charge.
Can't do a worse job than I do for myself.
I believe the
Okay.
DM already has enough to do.
That is
Okay, so
also
that-
true.
This guy,
Yeah.
try moving him.
Nope.
Okay, so try clicking on Joe Brown and dragging onto the map.
There we go. Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So
Success.
where do you want to go?
Right. So where are the stairs? There's stairs, right? We have to go up or down.
I think this way.
As you round the corner, you see the beginnings of a very poorly drawn staircase.
Wow, that does not look structurally sound. Are we sure we're supposed to be walking up that? Doesn't seem safe.
I think safety's overrated.
I don't think that's true. I don't think safety's overrated.
The staircase, it looks
Oh,
like
only a little.
it may have originally been well made, but at this point, it seems like parts of the stairs have like cracked and other parts are a bit uneven. They don't look particularly, the stairs don't look particularly worn, but in some places there just seems to be like a hole or a chunk just taken out.
This is normally where I would ask the God of Knowledge to give me architectural knowledge, but I've already channeled his powers for today, so that's out. So just like, good luck, I guess. And take a
So
step.
we all
Ella's going to on the way up cast mending on the broken parts.
okay.
Oh, thank God someone knows the mending cantrip. I was gonna say.
It's gonna take way too long. Like, you know how big those holes are. Come, we'll do it together. I also cast mending.
The holes seem to like stitch together and the stairs seem to like be evening out. Some of the damage is a bit too big. Like some of the cracks won't mend all the way, but as far as the holes go, you get them patched up as you go and get on to another level of tower.
Yeah, level up. Woo!
Woo!
Woo! Woo! Am I on this level?
Just
I think you have to drag yourself on it.
yourself.
Drag yourself onto the level.
Oh God.
My bloody inch. Which
Um.
direction are we going? Is it this way? Is it the other way? It's the other way.
Yay!
It is this way. You are going the correct way. I just need to. So you round the corner, and this. So far, this floor seems to look a lot like the one you were just on. You come to a door in the wall that looks much like the one you saw before, where it's
Now, these doors are booby traps, so we are going to stand all the way over here and let Pentagon handle it.
Wait a minute. Let me read the letter again. I'm gonna read the letter.
write it down.
Leave to die.
It says, Ent. Something about knowing what they're coming for you. You know what to do. On the book on the top shelf, you know which one. Be discreet.
Does it say where the book is?
On the top shelf.
Oh boy. Okay, well I guess I'll open this door over here.
Look, that's twice now that you've read mail that's not for yourself. That's not right. You should not be doing that.
Yes,
well, I mean, you said it was for any wizard, right? And I'm kind of a wizard.
I mean, that's what the envelope said, but apparently it's addressed to Francis Kent, which you are not.
Oh, that's true.
He has a point there.
It said your name was Syntagon, which sounds made up.
This also isn't my tower, but no, it's a cool wizard name. I mean, this isn't my tower either, but we're opening all the doors and looking for things.
We do apparently seem to be making ourselves a home.
mean, you could call this breaking and entering.
Look, he should have really just answered the door when I knocked, which I didn't do.
So, Syntagon, as you open the door...
by the way, we haven't been properly introduced. I'm Ella.
Oh, I'm Joe Brown, cleric of the God of Knowledge.
Pleased to meet you.
If you have any questions, I don't know the answer, but the God of Knowledge does. And if you pray to him hard enough, maybe he'll answer, maybe not. You've got to really define your query to get good results.
I'm going to use Thaumaturgy to open
Good to know.
The door slams open, and everyone, well, the two of you that have witnessed the other two doors sort of brace back. The puck with you seems to sort of just stand there, observing, looking at everything, completely unperturbed at what's going on.
Well, that's handy, you just being able to open the door like that.
Nothing spills out of it.
Yeah, it's a skill.
Oh.
It was a gift from my
This
father.
one's not booby-trapped for once.
Yeah, I thought you said it was booby-trapped.
The last two were.
Did we miss it? Is it like the tile in front of the door that's trapped?
Not usually. The last ones did the same thing and burst, but that's a really good idea. We should check for traps in front of the door. That was really
I
smart,
would stick
Joe.
it.
That was really smart.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay!
Oh, I'm gonna check for traps.
It's education paying off.
You can roll me an investigation to look for traps, or Arcana if you're looking specifically for magic traps. Okay, so you start looking for traps, and as you maneuver around the door, which is now flung open to look for traps, your focus is at first on the floor right in front of it, and you can see some scuffing, but you don't see like anything that looks like a trap, and you look into the room. I had told you with the rooms below, it was strange how short they were, and it seemed like that they should be longer. And as you look into this room, you see that what had happened was when the tower was constructed, the floor that goes around is not level with the floors of the room. There's a good several feet underneath, which you can surmise was filled with water or lava, which is why Ratbite had to swim through the water. As you look into this room, it seems almost unfinished, as nothing is filling the room except for the carpeting of dead bodies.
There's dead bodies.
Oh.
That seems very unhygienic.
You know, I took a minor course in augury, and I think dead bodies are a bad sign. Like, there usually means bad things going on.
You think the wizard's kind of a necromancer?
Oh God, no! I hope not. Those are the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope not. That, of course, that would. There is also a cleric class that does necromancy as well.
Yeah, but those aren't the good ones.
No,
bad.
no.
And it's terrible for the labor market, right? Because they raise skeletons to do all their cleaning, and then like the normal cleaning lady doesn't have a job, and she starves to death and becomes another skeleton that starts cleaning the floor for free. That's not fair.
That seems a lot like slavery. That's illegal.
Yes, yes. That should definitely not be
That's
fair.
exactly why necromancy is evil, because of the labor shortage.
I can see that. That's that. I hadn't thought of that before. I'll make sure not to take any levels in necromancy.
Good man.
Yes. Necromancy should be avoided at all costs. It's unnatural.
These bodies don't appear to be moving around, though, so maybe they're just dead instead of undead.
I'm devastated. They don't tell you that stuff in wizard school, you know? They just leave it all out there. Hey, do you want to be a necromancer? And you can just go and take the course. I haven't yet, but I was considering one.
Oh, you should not do that.
No.
Something cooler, like the evocation one. Like big explosions.
No, I took war
Like
magic.
fireball.
So I mainly study tactics.
Tactics?
Yeah, like military
What?
tactics.
Not fireball?
Yes, it's pretty cool, I guess.
Hang on a minute. Did I learn Fireball? Let me just have a quick flick through my spellbook. Yeah, I know Fireball. Yeah, I know Fireball.
That's all you need, really.
Yes.
And Arcane Lock, says Puck.
I mean, I guess there's a spell. What are you locking?
Wow, Puck, you remember that? Sorry, Belinda, you remember that?
Puck remembers strongly with heat.
Yeah, that'll be anger.
Is Puck the previous owner of that body?
They're
Yes.
still here. They're just resting.
It seems
Right, then.
strange.
Okay.
Well, as long as they're resting and not...
Dead. Yeah.
Not dead is good.
I wasn't going to say it, but yes.
Puck sidles around you and says, "Is that dead?" Looking into the room.
Yeah.
Well, it looks dead.
They look pretty dead.
Can we tell what killed him?
Would you like to investigate, perceive,
Yes.
rummage? Yes, you may.
Okay.
Can I roll insight to see what killed them?
I would rather investigation if you can explain how insight would work.
Can I just do a quick scan for magic?
You can roll me Arcanti. Okay. Ella, are you examining in some way, shape, or form?
Let's see.
I'll poke one with a stick, and that yields no results as per my roll.
From that roll, you can tell that the lack of blood and oxygen
Let's see.
probably contributed to the death.
There it is. There's the one. There we go.
So,
Not bad.
Ella, you're as Joe is poking with
Poking it
a
with
stick.
a stick.
Ella is looking in also, and from the way that those scuff marks look, whatever killed them, it looks like they were dragged here. Whether they died here or somewhere else, you can't really tell, but they were definitely some form of incapacitated when they ended up in this room. You don't see anything obvious, like there's not like gaping wounds or like decapitated heads or like poison frothing at the mouth. Syntagon, looking around the room, you do know one thing to look for, and you do see the beginnings of runes that seem very familiar. You can see them all now, though not covered by lava or water, and can discern that they are the same runes that were on the walls of the rooms downstairs.
There's another containment spell?
Would appear so.
Hey, I know these runes. These spell out a containment spell to contain things.
So, is it containing these bodies, or what's next?
If it is, it's not doing a very good job because we just entered right away without having to do any kind of strength check or anything.
Well, maybe it's not to keep us out. but-
Wait, have we entered yet? I don't think so. I don't think we entered the room with the
I think we're all
body
like
on the floor.
staring from the.
Yeah, no, I mean, but like we didn't have to roll to get out of the lava room or the water room or anything like that.
As you look a little bit closer, Syntagon, you can also see that these bodies have brands on them.
Oh boy.
And from your arcane knowledge and studies, you can see that they look like the marks of elements: water, fire, earth, and air.
Oh boy.
Are they just regular humans, or is it a variety?
There's a variety. Most of them appear to be dwarves, humans, and I have to continuously look up these races. Oh goodness. And Dragonborn.
You know, these
Well-
don't seem to be monsters, so whoever killed them, I don't
And they were
think-
all dragged in here, which means they were dead before they were
which
put
means
in
it's
here.
a choice to have a room in your house that's filled with dead bodies, which is an odd choice to make if you're not an undertaker, because then it's a job.
They might just be a necromancer.
Yeah, but then they'd be moving around. Oh, it's not a cold storage room.
Well, yeah, I think it's a storage room.
Well, they're gonna rot. Are they enchanted to stop them from rotting?
Oh, well, you'd be the expert on that, Joe. You tell us.
I don't know. I skipped this one. I don't like dead bodies.
Oh, you didn't.
I
You didn't take whatever it's called, the thing that people do. The cleric thing,
Detect
you know.
magic?
No, not detect magic.
Hugs?
You know where they touch a dead body and then the dead body doesn't rot. It's some, it's cleric magic.
don't know. No, I don't have.
So that's a no.
I just ask for the regular complement of spells every day. I don't get specific.
I'd say it's time to move on to the next room because this room is creeping me out.
Well, after you, miss. You can be the first to walk over all the dead bodies.
No, I'm not walking over dead bodies. We're
Do
going
you
this
close
way.
the door again, or do you leave it open?
I see no reason to close it.
This whole
So
thing's
you,
kind of freaky.
You continue to walk around, and the tower seems again much as
No, I
though
cannot get away fast enough.
and
That
you
must
come
be-
across another door.
So, are we able to walk without stepping on the dead bodies, or?
The
The
bodies
dead
are
bodies are in the room.
are
Oh.
in the room. They are just like carpeting, filling the bottom of this room.
Yes,
No,
I will
feel
stand
like
across.
some rule about always looting the bodies, but that can wait.
No, I'd rather not loot these bodies. They're
So shall I open the door again?
yes.
Why not?
I'll be around the corner.
Okay, you might want to stand back, Joe, in case it explodes like last time.
All right.
And
I stand next to you and I have my shield out.
oh, that's really good. Actually, I'll stand behind you. That's a great idea. Thank you, Joe. Belinda,
Right.
Yes.
Belinda, you might want to stand with Ella though.
That's good.
Okay. And
I used
Puck will move and stand.
thaumaturgy to make the door open, and this time I had a thundercrack to make it look cool in front of my new friend Joe.
Oh,
Inside you see three badly drawn you see a room that is full of sand, and some of it much like the other rooms before it spills out into the hallway, as though it was filled pretty much to the brim.
Well, that's not terrible.
yeah, that's way better than dead bodies. Unless they're really tiny dead bodies. I can't stand them.
Oh, why would you say that? Now I'm gonna feel all itchy.
Centagon and
Yeah.
Joe, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
I knew they were tiny dead bodies. The tiny zombies. This is the worst.
Okay. Centagon, you're kind of looking around at the sand that's coming out and able to dodge, but you are not, as you see sort of like tiny fingers in the sand start wrapping around Joe's feet and climbing and entwining further up his ankles.
I'm not supposed to be right. This never happened.
Please!
Eh.
He's definitely a necromancer now.
It is just sand. It is not fingers in the sand. It is fingers of sand that seem to solidify, almost like constricting vines.
Could we analyze this later? Get me out. Help.
Oh, this doesn't seem good.
I'm going to cast Thorn Whip and pull both of them. Can I do that, please?
Cast what now?
Thorn Whip. It's a cantrip. And just pull them.
You can. It's single target, right? You can pull one.
Yes. Pull Joe.
Okay. So you go ahead and cast it, and
Ooh. I don't think that hits.
and you sort of like grab at the shield, and it kind of like plinks off of it.
I don't deserve to be whipped. I've done nothing wrong.
I'm trying to get you out.
With a whip?
Well, it's the only thing I've got.
I'm glad what we have is not like a harpoon.
If you would like to try to struggle free, you may. And Syntagon, you are not yet entwined. If you would like to move, you may still do that.
Yeah, I think I'll just walk. Walking seems better than whipping. Maybe I'll go this side though, just in case.
What would you like me to roll to get free? Athletics?
Yes. Oh, buddy.
Not a good roll.
So you start to struggle, and almost like it senses you struggling, it starts to move more quickly. And
It's at my groin area now. This is really
Can I reach and grab Joe without being in?
hang on, I'm trying to remember how to use this machine. You take 4 points of damage, Joe, as this is starting to seriously constrict your legs and up your hips. And what did you say?
Can I grab Joe without being in the?
I'm muted. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh. Can I grab Joe? Can I grab Joe without being in the sand and just pull him out?
You can like skirt around the edge, but to pull him out, you will need to make an athletics check.
Sure, why not? Reroll that. Still 3.
So you're able to like get around to the other side of him and start like pulling, but it's
I should not have worn this heavy armor.
It's like trying to pull Speckles when Speckles really doesn't want to go, where you're just sort of like, come on, and they're just like,
yeah.
I thought half plate was a good idea. I was so wrong.
Okay, Syntagon, you got anything? I think you're silent.
I am muted. Whoops. I'm gonna look at this sand, and would you say it's like a powder?
Oh wait, I'm going to do.
It's grainy. For what purpose are you asking if it is a powder?
Well, because most powders explode, even if they're not usually explosive.
I don't know that it's that fine. But sand, maybe it would have an effect with heat? ? As sand is wont to do. You're a smart guy. You'd probably know that sand is.
Oh, I can
like
make
glass.
a glass path. Great. Do I have lightning bolt? Where's my character sheet? I have to have it on a separate tab because of the map.
I'm sorry.
The careful application of fireball. Careful. Everybody's dead.
Meteor storm on your ankles.
Does anyone have enhanced ability?
Nope.
Yes, I do. But I'm busy struggling.
I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb and create some balls of lightning electricity, which I will throw at the sand.
Okay. It will hit the sand. Where exactly are you aiming to hit the sand?
I would like to hit the sand here.
And you said lightning?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to after he's done.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage for me.
Oh boy. I wasn't expecting to damage the sand. 17.
Love it. So as this lightning shoots out, and like it turns into like a ball of lightning that rolls through the sand. It let's do this color. Kind of crackles out in a couple different directions. With your AC, surprisingly, you feel very well insulated and you don't actually get hurt. But
metal armor protected me from the lightning.
You have like padding, else it would chafe real bad. However, the sand that has wrapped itself like up to your hips at this point gets instantly turned to glass and is still like entrapping you.
Well, it's not moving, so that's good.
I'm going to give 5 plus my druid level is 5, so 10 temporary hit points and advantage on strength checks for 1 minute to Joe.
I suddenly know how to be better at lifting things. Just give this another word.
I summon a spectral bear that stands over you and gives you those things.
Thought you were gonna say gives you a little nuzzle, just like.
That too.
That would be awesome.
Right, you and me, Bear, we've got this. 1, 2, athletics roll.
Barely. Dun, 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 dun.
So you're like not feeling too great and you're pretty weak, but you managed to like twist out of it anyway. It's not super thick glass, and it shatters pretty easily, especially with the weird twists and turns that it's in. It is still sort of like around your boots, but it's not squeezing so much that it's still hurting you, and you manage to sort of like get it off of your hips and your legs.
Thanks, Ella. That's really nice.
You can thank the bear.
Well, you did summon him, but yeah, thanks, Bear, and thanks, Ella. And thank you for trying. And with the lightning, thank you. Everyone's so nice today.
Now listen here, Sand! If you don't stop being all angry, you'll end up like your friend here in a glass rod. And I'm gonna say one of them sentences that turn into memes on the internet. I would like to intimidate the Sand.
Okay. Roll me an intimidation check.
I'm not very intimidating. I'm surprisingly intimidating.
As you say, listen here, Sand, but in a much more Sentagani way. The sand seems to ripple out away from where you've shot it with this lightning bolt and caused a glass path through it. And as you continue to speak, it almost seems to like bring its tendrils back. But you can tell as you're looking into movement that it's still like ever shifting. The sand is not laying still, but it also doesn't look like it's like aggressively approaching.
Thank you. Listen, 1 tendril yes, 2 tendrils no. Is there a bookshelf in that room with you?
Roll me your persuasion.
Oh boy.
Can I roll the persuasion instead?
I got this.
You can roll an assist, if you want. Just roll a d20, and if it's above a 10, then it'll count. It'll give you a +1 going forward. Okay, so with an 18 persuasion, you ask if there's a bookshelf in there, and the sand seems to vibrate still for a moment, and from behind you, Puck says something in a very strange dialect that seems very chunky and halting, and the sand all shoots up to the sides of the walls of the room and onto the ceiling, where it still is swirling and vibrating. And as you look into the room, you can see again those runes on the walls and the floor that is dug in very deep, but you do not see any bookshelves.
You think those runes are here to keep that thing in there?
I don't know, but I think we should close the door and head upstairs.
All right, I close the door.
As you close the door, right as it goes level with the wall, you hear a very loud as all of the sand rushes back down to the bottom of the room.
So, I remember someone saying something about an arcane lock. Maybe we want to lock this door.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea, actually.
Well, that's the thing, you see. I'm not made of spell slots. And we've had 3 sessions and I haven't had a single rest. So...
Oh, all right. I will give you some of mine, but that's not how religion works.
I'm afraid not. But I'm sure nothing bad will happen. It sounded like the sand went dormant.
All right, let's keep going then.
Okay. So as you keep going around, you see more poorly drawn stairs. These stairs, when you see them, seem to be in pristine condition. It looks they could have been just built yesterday. There seems to be no wear on them or anything.
We might be getting closer to the cleric.
Yay!
Maybe. Or maybe these stairs are the same stairs and we're not actually going up and down and these are the same stairs but you mended them. Whoa!
I don't think I'm that good at mending.
Yeah,
Yet.
I'm not either. It takes a long time. Also, I leave like really ugly welding marks when I do it.
And I leave flowers when I do it.
Alright, well
Walk
maybe
up the
that then. It
stairs.
was just a fun idea.
So you walk up the stairs. You come to, instead of walls, bookshelves.
Oh boy, it's all bookshelves.
Well, you're up.
Oh boy, okay, let's just do a quick run around. See if there's anything like a distinct bookshelf. Maybe a master bookshelf.
Looks like we got a new friend.
One bookshelf. Welcome, Party RPG! Thank you so much for the raid! Welcome
You said
in!
you were a devotee of the god of knowledge, and you could ask a question.
Oh boy.
So could you possibly ask the god of knowledge which book we are looking for?
You know,
Or
I
where
could.
the book is that we're looking for.
I totally could do that. Let me just give that a whirl. And I cast Locate Object by asking the God of Knowledge. Oi, God of Knowledge! Where is this book?
Hey!
I don't want to spend my life running around looking at all the books.
Hey guys! I shout across the bookshelves. I spent my life running around all the bookshelves! And there's a desk in the middle!
To a desk. I move one of the bookshelves out of the way and just walk through.
Yes.
You were able to like do the scoot through, and like your armor like catches on a few books, and then just sort of like as you're like scooting through.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
None of them that fall out seem to open miraculously to the book that you want.
I
But-
cast Locate Object to find the right book.
But as you come into this clearing, you feel really good about this bookshelf.
God of Knowledge says it's that one.
You look at that, it's the only...
letters that we weren't supposed to read said top shelf.
Yeah, but look, if you also look, this bookshelf happens to be the only one that faces inwards. I didn't notice that before until it got highlighted like that by your god.
Ooh,
How many
that
books
is a
are on
good
the
hint, that is.
How many books are on the top shelf?
There are many, but I believe locate object, you can find the exact object you're looking for, correct?
Right.
Mhm.
Hang on a second, because what I'm gonna do, because top shelf books on an inward-facing bookshelf have got to be good, right? So I'm gonna take my school bag. I'm gonna remove mixed unit tactics 1 to 5. I'm gonna take out military applications and what to do with them, and I'm gonna take out like the series of armaments and arms, and I'm gonna replace them with as many books as I can from the top shelf. This has got to be good reading.
As Syntagon is like taking everything out, Joe, you have a chance to see the exact book that you want sitting at the very top shelf. It's emitting a faint glow before Syntagon goes and starts frantically cramming in as much books as possible.
It's that. Oh, yeah, that one. The blue one.
Oh. Well then.
I was going to reach and grab that one specifically.
It seems to be pretty plain. It doesn't have any special.
It looks plain, but it's not just good. It's top shelf.
Are you sure that this is the right one? Hands it over to Joe.
Me? No, I've got no clue. But the God of Knowledge, he knows everything, and he says that's the one.
I will trust you, God.
Why don't we read what's inside? We have to do the spell. Apparently we'll know the one.
Well, yeah,
Well,
because
start
we just cast the
thumbing
spell.
through.
Wait a minute. What if they weren't instructions? Oh God. What if it already Oh, I'm having a crisis.
I was just reading.
As you go to open the book, make me a Constitution saving throw.
It's a trap
I'm really
book.
good at those.
Like reading books.
God.
Because I'm really, really good at those. Saving throw?
Who would trap a book?
Okay. As you open the book, it almost seems like letters and symbols come out at your eyes, and you're able to like kind of squint through them. But you feel like had you not reacted as well as you did and been able to sort of like stare them down, you would not be able to read anything in this book.
I believe this book is designed to make you go mad.
That would explain the room full of sentient sand and the room full of corpses.
What languages do you know, Ella?
Elvish, Primordial, Sylvan, and Druidic.
This book is written in Primordial. As you start thumbing through, most of it seems to be almost a log where there are dates and experiment number, and then sometimes it says failure, sometimes it says success and then gets scribbled out. And as you keep flipping the pages, there are just days and days and days of these. And then something changes. About a week and a half ago, the entries start getting a little more detailed. The author writes things like, I think they know. Someone saw. There have been things missing from the garden. And the final entry are instructions. And it says, if you find this, they've got me. Outside, cast this spell. Do not cast in the tower. Do not cast around the soldiers. They might be coming for you too.
Belinda, are you a soldier?
I
I'm
was going to definitely communicate this to Joe and say,
Oh yeah,
No, I'm
sorry.
a soldier.
I got really excited. I'm sorry. I forgot.
I was in the 4th Regiment.
Are you hunting us?
No,
no.
But you are hunting Mr. Kent.
I don't
he
really
was
like to
sent
hunt.
to the tower, but I don't think he was sent for us. I think
I
he was
just came to deliver a letter, like being a postman.
Yeah.
Which, you know,
I don't think he's here to harm
He
us.
could have just, talked to Kent on his own. But sure, make Joe run around the country.
Clerics typically don't hurt people unless they're war clerics.
I'm
to my
also a
knowledge.
soldier, and I know how to fight. Look, my mace has got spikes on it, so I don't mind throwing the odd punch or two. But it's not
Everyone roll me a perception as you're talking, please.
Oh God. Makes me so nervous.
wrapped up in my story.
Joe, you have a reroll.
You do have a reroll.
I should use it. Yeah.
Or not.
No.
I see colors.
Meta acknowledges that, but I don't know. I like failure.
As we're all talking about these events and going over the book, Syntagon, you're staring down at Puck ? And Joe and trying to figure out are they soldiers, are they following, and you hear and feel the entirety of the tower suddenly shudder, and you start hearing and as you start hearing this kind of far away and not really, you're trying to sort of place it kind of occurs to you that this has probably been a while since you cast that spell on Ratbite, who's been holding up the tower this whole time.
Oh dear. Does anyone know how to cast fly?
No?
Then we might have a problem.
Let's just try to get out quick. And I take off the trot towards the
yes.
bookshelf that I moved, which is that one.
I was going to put the book in Syntagon's pack and then run.
I'll also
Okay.
be running. I'll be running a bit faster than everyone else.
What is everybody's move speed?
Well,
Ella's is 30.
Just 30.
mine is 30. And I can take the dash action as a bonus action now, so I can move 90 feet per turn if I dash.
Hey, Syntagon is flying, and we go down one level, and as everyone is running, you start seeing noticeable chunks starting to appear in the floor below you. As you round the corner where this glass is over the sand, everybody either make me an acrobatics or athletics check to either jump over it or skate through it without falling.
Has it been a minute since I cast?
Wow, I
The
am
thing.
amazing.
But
Since I cast Spirit Totem.
This fun failure, or no, this one I'll re-roll. There we go.
okay, that's good.
Has it been a minute yet? So.
It has probably been more than a minute.
Aw. I'll do acrobatics. Just for fun.
Actually... Do I need to do that as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I'm not very good at any of that stuff. Oh, I'm really not any good at that stuff.
So as we round the corner, first Syntagon slides and smacks into the wall on the other side. You are going to be rolling with disadvantage on your next athletics or acrobatics. Spoilers. And you smack against the other side, and you're just starting to get up when you see a very spry Joe hop over and keep running, and then get slammed as Ella seems to have fallen into the same trap of trying to be graceful and just keep sliding and barrels into you. You will also be rolling with disadvantage on your next one.
Everyone, wait! Don't run anymore! Stop!
We're not leaving you.
No!
Nice.
No! Get close to me! I've got something! I've got a spell! And if they all
Okay.
gather to me, I will cast
Yes.
Liamon's tiny hut.
Okay, so you cast this hut on you, and Ella, roll me a perception check. Okay.
So I see everything.
And as this dome closes and you see the walls falling down and pieces crumbling, you go for cover and huddled in, in the confines. And as a stone falls, you see out of the other side of the tower your horse and your cart, and the
Speckles.
stone is falling directly towards it.
Uh-oh.
And Speckles looks over, and with fear of life in the poor eyes of Speckles, bolts. Another stone falls, and you can't see them any longer. Stones continue to rain down. You're not sure if they've made it or not. As the dust settles, you open your eyes to realize that you are back on the first floor against this wall, definitely.
You are evil.
Well, that was a good spell.
All around you, the walls are crumbling to disappeared. If you look straight ahead, the floor that used to be water and lava and like half full isn't there anymore. It is all the way empty, as though something pulled that hardened magma out of it. And there are still some amounts of walls remaining around. The back is more or less intact, but around sort of where things had come through and around the stairs and in the front, there are big gaps to where there just isn't really anything.
Well, we're safe in here until we leave. Nothing can come in or out, be it matter or organic. And I mean,
We can breathe though, right?
Oh yeah, we can breathe normally. If we want to take a nap, I can make it dark. I can make it light. We can see out, but nothing can see in.
So we just look like a big black sphere then.
I'm gonna actually make it, I think, like a sky blue kind of color and hope that no one notices us up here.
Your hut has fallen down onto the first level. So you are safely on the first level in the hut.
Hang a minute.
But you can make
Hang a
You're
minute.
just going to
Wait.
see Ella curled in a ball in the corner saying, Speckles.
Important international question. Important international question. Is the first floor one floor up, or is that the ground floor?
Ground floor.
Thank you.
Lava floor. You are on the lava floor.
Then
Right.
maybe I'll make it like a stone gray kind of color.
So you mentioned that you were feeling tired before. Do you want to like sleep?
I would love to take a nap if that's what we want to do, but I know Ella saw their horse running.
Well, the horse will be fine, right? It's smart. It will come back, or it won't. We can track it later.
What say you, Ella?
And Ella's just in the corner, curled up.
See, that curling up thing, that's what people do when they want to sleep, so that's a yes. Sleep time it is. And as a soldier, I'm trained to sleep anywhere.
I mean, I could use a little nap. I'm definitely gonna take a little nap.
The artist formerly known as Puck takes out knitting needles and holds them. I will take watch.
There's no need. Nothing can come in or out of the hut.
I don't need to sleep. It's fine.
Oh God, I
Suddenly
suddenly.
I'm not feeling very sleepy.
Me neither. All of a sudden.
It is okay. Nothing will happen.
That sounds exactly what was said before the murders.
That wasn't what was said.
Oh God.
Oh God. Right, so we're off to find the wizard. Yay!
Oh
The
God.
horse, the horse. We'll also find the horse. I promise.
So
may sleep.
tired.
You can trust me. If it would make you feel better, I can let the other one control.
I mean, it's got to be better, right?
I don't know. The idea of your phrasing there of letting them sounds like you can take control at any time.
It does.
Up to you. This is your friend, so you want to trust him not to stab you in your sleep with knitting needles. That's up to you. No offense to you, I don't know you, but you're a little scary, and you've got knitting needles, which are also scary because I don't know how to knit.
They're very small compared to what some people have.
It's not the size, though. It's the manner that you use it.
These are for making hats.
I love hats.
Why don't you make a hat, then?
Yes, I will make a hat for you while you sleep.
It's weird how that's not entirely comforting.
Is it me, or is this getting spookier and spookier? Oh, well, look at me. I feel all rested. Let's move on.
You can roll insight if you would like on this thing.
I think whatever
in
I
mind.
roll, I'm not going to trust it.
Yep. Friggin' Abby.
And Ella, hearing them freak out, is going to snap out of it for a second and roll insight.
Syntagon, this is weird behavior. This is like not Puck behavior for sure. They don't seem to be lying, but they also haven't really shown consistent behavior. So, yeah. Ella, it looks like this person is just sort of lacking in direction and grasping at straws at what the host does. Like, oh, knitting and fighting, that's something that was recent. Yeah, knitting and fighting. You spent some time around Puck in your travels and can tell that, like, the things that they're saying seem like almost like if someone was going through memories of someone and just sort of putting together stuff that didn't match.
It appears to me that whoever is inhabiting Puck is not malevolent, but at the same time is trying to figure out how to be human or whatever. Like,
calling them or whatever is not very nice. I mean, I don't know what race they are either, but I'm sure
I am Belinda.
Right.
yes,
Good name.
they're trying to figure out what it means to be.
Right. Well, lesson 1, you protect your friends, which is us.
With hats.
Yes. Protecting people with hats that works. That's great. People like hats.
I'll
But I
protect you.
don't think they have evil intent at all.
Hats? No, of course not.
Oh, God.
Or
Okay,
hats. Who's ever heard of that?
I guess I'll try a little nap then. Oh. And
Right. Don't
Syntagon's
stab us in our sleep. That's lesson 2.
Syntagon's gonna do there and do the laying sweat, like trying to sleep for a while.
Boy, this is awfully tense. It's going to be real hard to...
Syntagon is extraordinarily tense and like very on guard, and then like does that thing where you lay down, but you feel like if you open your eyes, you can still see the person that's like going to be watching you. And as soon as like the first time you blink, you feel the sheer amount of spells that you have used in this day, the day, and lava and water and oh my god, the rhyming and you just like out. And as you all sleep in your tiny little hut, and Puck does some knitting, watching.
And Ella has a nightmare about Speckles dying.
You have nightmares of Speckles' horsey flesh just falling off and revealing a stone horse underneath that's made out of the same stone as the building you're in. And it looks at you. And it sort of gives the little like...
Aw.
And it's trying to ask, why did you throw these rocks at me?
But I didn't. And you're just going to hear Ella in the night screaming, I didn't.
What strange sleepings. And after a while, you wake up and there's morning outside. Standing still stock straight with about 7 hats of really, really terrible quality on the floor.
Speedy knitting.
Is Puck Linda. Still just sort of, now at this point, just robotically going through the motions of making really bad hats.
Good morning. Do you not sleep at all?
No.
I don't think that's good for Puck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just thinking that. I thought maybe like they'd fall asleep on their own, but I guess not.
Does Puck sleep? He asks. Ella asks Centagon.
What?
Does Puck sleep?
I was sleeping.
You can't sleep now. It's morning, which is when it's breakfast time.
Muffin.
Okay, I guess I'll make that dome a little brighter then.
Ella pulls out like 4 muffins. Muffins, everybody?
As you all
Excellent way to start the day.
begin to sit up from your
Did
slumber,
you just have these muffins?
I just like...
Yes, I carry muffins on me just in case of emergencies. These are banana nut.
Yeah. I'm luckily not allergic to either one of those. Or any of the other ingredients that I know of.
As you are sitting up, you see some people walking around inside of the tower.
Oh, look, a city watch has arrived.
Are they City Watch?
I mean, we're not in a city, but what's the watch called that's not inside the city?
The country
I believe
Rangers? I don't know.
Highwaymen?
it's just called patrol.
Not that. Are you guys being quiet or are you being normally vocal?
I'm
All these
normally
leading
vocal.
questions. Normally vocal.
Yeah, all the trust.
Until we leave the hut, like, no one can hear us anyway, right?
Let me see.
Ella's just going to go out of the hut and be like, hello.
I dress myself and then I join them. Because sleeping in half place.
Says they can move through it freely. Other creatures are barred from passing through it, and spells and other magical effects can't be cast through it. It does not say that you cannot be hurt. You cannot be seen.
Gadzooks.
I know my lemons.
My
Yeah.
gods. So if you're a snorer, Lehman's hut is, well, they still can't get to you, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite spells is Lehman's Tiny Igloo, which is a real spell for 3.5. Great. Just summoning an igloo in the middle of like a warm town. Wonderful.
Yes, that sounds amazing.
So as you start making noise, they start coming closer. They can't really see where the noise is coming from, but you can see them sort of like inspecting and looking around.
Ella's gonna leave the hut and be like, hello.
As you walk
Leave the
out
hut
of,
and appear out of nowhere.
as you appear out of nowhere, they immediately raise their weapons, and I'm gonna need you to roll initiative.
Oh boy, do we go out and help?
They've got this. This is one of those battles that they have to do alone to prove to themselves what their worth is. No, I'm kidding. We should definitely go and help.
Okay, is there a lot of rubble on top of the dome?
There is not. It seems to sort of have gone off to the side. It's more like kind of on the sides, more towards the back, and like this side seems to be pretty clear. You're gonna have some. I'll make some.
Can I possibly just have my hands up and convince them that I mean them no harm?
So like around here is gonna be kind of difficult terrain, and then like here, but the rest of it's gonna be fine. You can on your initiative turn. I gotta roll this too. Wish I could just repeat that over and over again.
The ants sing when they're happy,
just press
which is also
up.
when they're about to kill us.
Oh, I can. Okay. Guys. Okay. So Ella will not be acting first. The rest of you can roll initiative as well, and if you decide to do combat, then you can squeeze in there.
Wow, for someone with surprisingly good initiative, that was really poor. Why do I have 4 in initiative? I don't have 4 in initiative.
Is your dex 18 or 20?
No!
Do you have the feat? Improved initiative?
No!
Are you cheating?
If I am, it's accidental!
Wow. I do not know.
That should be plus dex, right?
Yes.
Whoops, what did I just do? Ah, I did it on that screen. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do.
We'll have the pretty music while we're killing each other. Such soothing morning music. So you are not the first to act. You said you went outside of the hut.
Hands raised.
Yes, hands raised.
Exposing your belly. This is where you should stab.
One of these people, it is a lady dwarf, charges and immediately swings an axe at you. And does not miss. Or sorry, does not hit. I'm assuming.
No, it was like
the first one. She whiffs the first one and tries to bring it back around for another hit. We'll see.
I don't know why that was like that, but I think I've corrected it.
Hold on. I don't have my weapons pulled up. I wasn't anticipating us getting here so fast. Okay, so you're going to take. We're gonna roll twice.
I'm just gonna roll initiative quickly, but it's not to do anything.
You'll take a lot of damage.
Why does it still have 4 on it? What are you doing, initiative? Why can't I change you?
I can just mental math it down. Okay. So next up, I believe, is Ella.
That hurt a lot, but can we not fight, please? I mean you no harm.
This person looks very, very aggressive.
Rolling persuasion.
You can roll persuasion. They sort of like look at you and they spit at you and they say, "If you're not going to fight, then you'll come as a prisoner. No friend of the wizard is a friend of ours."
That's all right. Cuff me.
They will be able to do that on their turn. Which is now for 2 of them.
I am no friend of the wizard.
Yeah.
I thought he was a cleric.
These 2 come up and start binding you with ropes. Not just like hands, but like binding. And the one who is this one, you distinctly hear, much easier to behead traitors when they're bound.
But I'm not a traitor. I would never.
He sort of laughs at you and says, that will maybe be for someone to judge. And sort of like looks at the person who you've convinced not to hurt you, and kind of sneers and says, the new recruits have a lot to learn about how we fight and do things here. And next up, it is Kitty. Next up is Joe's turn. Girl, you're sitting on my initiative. You're muted. You're still there.
I will walk out and say, I'm sorry, hello, did I hear correctly? You think that we're friends of the wizard? Which wizard? The one that owns this tower, or Syntagon, who's still in there?
I'm a wizard, hello!
Any wizard who works in this tower is not a friend of ours.
Honestly, we've mostly been accidentally destroying things. We don't live here, we don't work here.
You also roll me a persuasion.
Can do.
They sort of like, again, sort of give this look and say, oh, so you would like to be tied up as well?
I mean, do I have to?
We don't want you doing any magics while we're investigating the tower.
I'll give you my solemn word as a cleric that I will not cast any spells.
So you are a spellcaster then?
Yeah, my name's Joe Brown, cleric of the God of Knowledge. And I
And I'm Ella, druid of, well, the forest.
They, one of them, the smaller one, kind of looks over and says, which forest?
All forests.
Well, there are good forests and there are bad forests.
No.
Like some of them are cursed to holy heck.
They sort of holy heck. I'm not sure. I believe you're a cleric.
Well, it's just
I don't go near the bad
I
forest.
apologize for swearing. I don't know that you were so sensitive to swearing. So you're a soldier and attacked us on sight, even though like, my friend had her arms raised. But all right, swearing's no good. Got it.
He has a point there.
Cleric of the God of Knowledge, not being able to construe any phrase better than holy heck.
You make me feel bad about my learning disabilities. That's mean.
Yes, that's very mean.
I think that's called bullying, which is bad. Wait, are you a bully? I think that means I'm supposed to punch you in the face, but I'm not sure if that was terrible advice that my dad gave me.
As you go on, you see the one with the shield that's been like that did the big attack, like getting more and more just like.
Yep, I have that reaction on a lot of people.
One of you mentioned a wizard's Sinsmagan.
I don't think that's how it's pronounced, but yeah, he's still in there.
In where?
You don't see this? I tap the thing.
I'm not sure I want to come out.
No, it's perfectly fine. I'm sure they won't attack you on sight like they did her.
They seem
Right?
pretty hostile.
Look, my friend's a bit nervous. Can you all just promise not to attack him on sight?
If he does not attack us, we will not attack him. We will simply bind him and take you where you belong to face judgment.
I don't like the
first
sound
part
of
of
that.
that was good.
I don't believe you. Honestly,
Why?
because you attacked me and I did not attack you.
Why did you do that? That seems so cruel.
Magic users in the tower of a magic person who's wanted for various heinous crimes.
Oh, you just
Against-
assume that anyone who dresses like her is a magic user? I mean, you'd be right, but still. Like,
You
what if-
appeared out of thin air.
All right, that's a fair point. All right, I can see that. Yeah.
Do I look like a wizard?
Not all magic users are wizards. There have been reports of cleric towers. I don't know what the magic users will stoop to this time.
Yes, I've heard of the cleric towers as well. I thought this was the cleric tower.
They're called churches.
Be that as may, still, if you are not the wizard of this tower, even more questions are raised as to why you are in this tower.
Oh, I had a letter to deliver.
And I was following Centagon.
And I was
Because
looking for the healer.
Yes. Yes.
Why are you in this tower?
To kill wizards.
All right, maybe
Well,
you
that
should be
doesn't
there
seem
so
quite nice.
Seem safe.
Doesn't seem nice. Have you been in this tower? Do you know what this was used for?
We did see a room full of corpses.
Yes. Yes. There is a room full of corpses at the top, and then there's that room full of lava and that room full of water.
I really
And
don't
this is
want to
not
come
a
out.
person.
Sentient sand, which attacks you.
What did you say,
Yes.
Centagon?
I really don't want to come out.
So you come on a seeking mission for this healer that has a tower full of dead bodies, lava, water, and sand that tries to... What was it you said?
Kill you.
Kill you, yes. And you come to deliver a letter. That sounds like an ally to me.
What? You think the postman is an ally to everyone they deliver letters to?
Don't shoot the
Never heard
messenger.
phrase- Yes.
That's also a
Say
very
that.
apt description of why you should not stab me or shoot me.
The dwarf kind of like thumbs the axe and
I've
says,
never even read the letter.
I read the
You
letter.
never-
Why would
Ah.
you admit to that? That's such a bad idea.
It honestly
Well,
wasn't that
really
bad.
wasn't
They said to do a spell. It's okay. I didn't do it.
do a
That is true.
spell.
Maybe you would like to read the letter. I reach into the thing. Here, give me the letter.
I pass you the
Yep.
letter.
Here, maybe this will help you in your investigation.
I can't read this. Is this some sort of joke?
What is it in giant? Right.
You take it back and it looks like normal writing to you.
All right. Apparently your friend can't read. What about you, sir? Can you read? Can you read what's on this paper?
Takes it and this is just gibberish.
All right, that's weird. Maybe if I just read it aloud for you. Look, this letter is the letter B, and I can go through the thing slowly.
They seem to follow, and you hear them sort of murmuring witchcraft codex, like things like that. And
And that's how we learn our ABCs.
they kind of like start like sheathing their weapons, and they say, you said it said to cast a spell.
Well, we don't know about that yet.
Yeah, we were a little distracted by the entire tower collapsing.
They kind of like huddle together for a brief moment, and they start talking quietly amongst themselves. And after a moment, they kind of look back and kind of nod to each other. And they say, We will make an agreement with you. We will unbind you and let you go if your wizard can cast this spell and live.
Well, it also said don't cast it inside the tower or near the soldiers.
Do we look like soldiers?
Yes.
Like soldiers.
Yes.
I mean, I used to be a soldier, and you look like soldiers. Also, those are ranking signias there, which, you know.
That sounds like the speakings of a paranoid wizard to not cast in front of the people who are investigating him. So, we would like to make this spell. We can cast it outside if you feel that that's safer.
Yes, that is much safer.
Yeah, let's go outside first, because the tower is still like incredibly unstable and might collapse at any moment.
Do I have to come out of the dome?
Eventually, yes.
To cast this spell, you are the wizard, aren't you?
Well, no, I'm not the wizard. I'm a wizard. And honestly, I'm not even really a wizard. I'm still going through college. I'm mostly a wizard's
There's a very
apprentice.
big distinction there.
What did you say, Ella?
I said there's a very big distinction there. He's a wizard, not the wizard.
He is the only wizard that I have heard of in this near vicinity because, as you've said, or as I've surmised, the other wizard is not here.
No, we went to the top and knocked very politely, and he wasn't there.
Yeah, real shame.
I'm sure
On
this
account
was
of
the knock.
Yeah, the room full of the corpses makes it so I'm not that excited about meeting this wizard.
Yes, I would rather avoid meeting this wizard myself.
I mean, really, who keeps a room full of corpses?
Well, I don't, but I guess it's a wizard thing. Now, are you going to cast this spell, or are we going to take you in for judgment?
Okay, I'm coming out! And as soon as I come out, I would like to cast Sleep at level 3 on the guards.
Okay, how much health is that? And do you target lowest health first?
Yeah, lowest health first, and it's 39 HP.
Okay.
My god, I rolled poorly.
This one falls asleep. This one falls asleep. This one does not.
Oh wow, everyone's so sleepy today, huh?
Is that the spell?
Yes!
Oh, deception.
Yep! That was the spell, alright!
They sort of like frown and say, that seems like it would have worked inside or outside.
It's not that impressive. I mean, it's a good spell. But I was expecting something a bit flashier.
Have you kept up Lehman's tiny hut, or is it?
As soon as I leave, it dissipates.
As it dissipates, Puck is still sort of stood there very, very awkwardly stiff and kind of like looking very nervous at these things.
Oh, right, Belinda. She's also not a wizard, or they're not a wizard. Don't stab them.
What is it?
Well, it's a person. Don't stab it.
I believe they're a changeling.
That's the word I'm looking for. Changeling.
I've never met a changeling before. The spell seems harmless. Do you know where the wizard has gone?
No, we do not.
I reckon probably to another plane. Maybe somewhere far, far away.
If they like corpses so much, maybe they're at the graveyard.
Oh, they could be at the graveyard.
The dwarf kind of kicks one of the sleeping homies and says,
Oh, careful.
very well.
You shouldn't wake people like that, you know? You can give them permanent damage.
Yes.
Is that what happened to him?
Yep.
So displaced.
Ouch.
The dwarf kind of like laughs a little bit at this and says, well, if you haven't seen anyone coming or going, and I don't think anyone's coming back to this, I suppose you're free to go.
All right, thank you.
Where might I find you if I have further questions?
If you have questions, you can pray to the God of Knowledge and he'll answer anything that you ask if you specify your query.
Okay.
Here, let me get you a spare holy symbol. There you go.
What is this symbol supposed? Did you draw this?
That's just the word Google.
Just a strange name for a god. They tuck the symbol into a pocket, and they say, "I suppose I shall pray to your god." Is it Google or Google?
I'm not sure. I think it varies per region.
Very well. I'm sure that they will hear me. Kind of looks down at the compatriots, and as they're distracted looking down, Syntagon, you feel a hand that is somewhat moist and very warm on your shoulder.
Oh God, don't kill me!
as Puck leans in
Yeah.
and says, "Are these the people I have to protect you from?"
I don't know. And like literally, as they turn and like walk away, Syntagon's just gonna collapse from like stress. Like, oh!
But that worked out all right.
Well,
Got a new
Syntagon,
convert.
Puck will like take out the knitting needles and go towards Ella and cut through the ropes.
oh, why thank you.
I have the moment. Oh no!
I protect the friends.
You shouldn't do that to us, though. That was really scary, the way you rushed at Ella like that, Belinda.
Yeah, I thought you were going to stab her for a minute.
I think I'm fine with that.
Being stabbed? You should not be fine with that. That hurts. I've been stabbed. I was a soldier. It's not fun. No, everyone always says that, oh, it's worth it because you get cool battle scars. It is not worth it. Nope.
I mean, I wasn't scared of them.
Do you need to protect you from these?
What, them?
No, they're leaving, and we should be leaving too. Let's
Let's stay on guard because there might be more. You never know.
I think we should
go
go
cast
back.
a spell.
I think we should go back to pretending to being merchants, and maybe go back home and admit to the blacksmith that we can't help him, and we found a tower, and it was real
Well,
creepy.
let's cast a spell first, and then do that. I'm all for this plan, as long as we cast the spell first.
What is the spell anyway? Can we tell?
Can I do an Arcana check to try?
It was not very specific.
Can I do an Arcana check to try and derive what the spell means?
Yes, you may.
Can I also, just because?
Yes,
Excellent.
you may.
This is the best. This is why I play D&D and why I love failure. Love critical spell? No clue.
As Syntagon is looking at this, you realize it's been written in the same handwriting as the runes in all the rooms, and these don't really look like letters, so it's probably the same spell, but it's already in a book and it's in the right order. So you bet if you cast it, it'll just cast the spell around you and you'll be safe from all of this nonsense. But probably you have to go outside to do it, though. That was the critical part.
Okay, well,
And Ella, you're looking at it and you're like, this is outside of my wheelhouse. This is some crazy complex stuff. I don't even know what school it is. It's definitely written in Primordial, though.
Wow, it's really cool that I can read it because I can't actually speak primordial.
I said it doesn't look like letters to you. It looks like runes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I can read the spell to you, and you can cast it. At the very least, I can tell you what it says.
Do you know
So
what?
it's in primordial?
Yes.
I don't speak primordial.
Since we've
You know,
got...
I took the easy language courses. I know common, I know undercommon, and I figured that could let me speak to basically everyone. So then I learned giant and orc, because there's no books of that, so it's easy studying.
The Puck sort
Yes.
of
I
straightens up.
studied Primordial and Sylvan because I like knowing the language of the gods.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
And Puck says, I do have a second suggestion.
What's the second?
Your magical abilities. I can read primordial. Your body and my voice.
No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you, Belinda.
That's a very helpful suggestion.
Well,
No.
yes. Okay. Well, if that's all, let's get to this.
Okay. You know what? I think I'm gonna take my time with this one. I'm gonna save the spell.
Let's get to
slot.
the garden first and see
Yeah,
what it looks like.
Let's go to the garden.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll set up a table. Maybe some candles. We can lay the book out real nice. We can make a real ritual of it, and I can save some spell slots.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That seems like the best idea.
It does.
So you're able to go out into this garden, and I spoke about it last week, but I'll rehash it. It has a bunch of very strange plants that you've never seen before. The further back you go towards the back of the house of the tower, what is a tower but a house? They seem to get a bit thicker, and it turns into more like a grove of trees that you've never seen before, and some of them seem to be dripping and almost raining down from giant willow sort of canopies, and others seem to steam, and some seem to be made out of petrified wood. As you're looking around, it's quite beautiful, and it all sort of seems to flow together in a very strange way that you wouldn't expect to see in nature if you were to ever find these things in nature.
Oh, this is a nice garden.
I don't know. It kind of makes me nervous.
Because willows, they make you sad.
I guess. Mostly, I just don't like nature. It gets in my eyes.
You should see my shoes full of sand from the sand thing.
Oh, you could probably empty that out now. We seem to be.
Yeah, let's
outside.
take a break while you do your ritual. All the sand out of my
I
boots.
quite like nature myself.
Well, you can deal with any nature problems, and I'll carry on dealing with the spell. And
Go ahead and make me another Arcana roll
Oh,
as you're
Cast an
ritualing this.
enhance ability on you before you do that.
oh, thank you.
So I boost your intelligence. Yeah, the golden knowledge will help you.
What does it do? Does it give me extra points, or does it give me advantage, or?
Advantage.
Yeah.
We have advantage.
Because now the god of knowledge is feeding you information.
So you're reading this spell, and you stumble over a few things.
Can I help?
Yeah, you can help. You can roll a support roll.
Oh.
No, you can't help. You're sort of like, oh, no, that's not. You gotta really speak gutturally, and Centigana is just sort of like, I don't think I have that part of my throat. And as you're reading through, it all seems to come out from what you can tell, and from what Belinda and Ella are telling you sounds. It's not like if you're trying to speak in like Spanish, something. You're like, hola, you know, like your accent is pretty okay. And
Buongiorno.
exactly. It seems to come out like more or less, but as you're reading it, you realize like you have no idea what you're saying. You're just like, when you're like reading something just like straight off and you're just like not even paying attention to the words that are coming out of your mouth. And
Arrivederci.
yeah, arrivederci. And you're all sort of like hovering close to Syntagon as he finishes, and you reach the very end, and for a moment nothing seems to happen, and the moment kind of drags out, and just as it gets to the point where you look up as if to say, I don't think it worked, everything goes really bright and really dark.
I've never seen anything be really bright and really dark at the same time. That's disturbing.
Impressive is what it is.
You can hear each other talking, but it almost sounds like it's like muffled. And there's almost like a rushing sound as your voices drift across what sounds like an expanse of wind or a sea. And you feel like you're floating or flying, and it's not an unpleasant situation. And you feel like you're just being carried along. And after a moment, you feel almost like coming up to push on you and stay something solid against your back. And you realize that your eyes are all closed very tightly shut. And all of your hands are grasping a piece of paper each.
Well, that was lovely.
Yeah, that was nice and peaceful.
I'm
So the mail came while we were doing that.
As you open your eyes, it seems way too bright. And you hear the sounds of a city. Sounds like a city. There's like the jangling of horses and carts and people talking. Oh god, it's too loud too. Like everything.
I feel a bit hungover.
Yeah, very much. Everything seems just too much.
That was really weird. What was that spell? Did we
I
tell
don't know. I think it made us drunk.
Oh god, did it make us drunk?
Belinda, how are you feeling?
I don't know.
Okay, those really...
Not
We need to teach you
together.
how... Belinda, like, the way you talk, when you put lots of hesitations in it, it just makes me really anxious. Maybe think about what you're gonna say, then say it all together, because honestly,
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much I can handle this.
It definitely sounds ominous when you say things that way.
Belinda stops for a moment and says, I feel the same way as when the lava hit the water and everything seemed to float away, and I thought that I was being born and dying at the same time, and I was just going to float away and never be again.
Those are a lot of feelings that you've had there.
Yes.
You need to sit with them for a while.
And you know what? Even though it was monotonous, I feel better. I feel better about that, you know? That made me feel good. Thank you. Thank you for doing that for me.
All right, group hug.
Yes.
Yay.
Are we able to get up yet?
Yeah, you can get up. Everything feels like really sore. And as you look around, they're like really well constructed buildings. You look like you're in some sort of like cobblestone alleyway in like a city ? And never been here before. It's really bright.
All right,
But-
let's do a quick check. Are we in the 9 hells? That's always what you want to check when you teleport.
That's a good first check, yep. Can anyone
Doesn't
see
look
any
like it.
demons? Any fire? Any lust?
I mean, you're a tiefling, but that doesn't count. Nope, don't think it's the 9 hells.
Yeah, you can't see. You see like hulking things in the distance, but judging off of like what's right around you, you can pretty easily surmise they're probably buildings.
Are there any, like, long queues, paperwork, general bureaucracy that could also be hell?
You don't see any.
Can I roll religion?
Yeah, you can roll religion. It's just hell.
That's also good.
Though it may be your personal hell because you cannot see any plant anywhere. Would you really? Then again, your horse isn't here.
It seems like hell to me. There's no speckles. There's no flowers. There's no wonderful forest. Where's the
Just ain't hell.
forest?
This ain't hell.
This is just a city. It's just a normal city. We're not in the Underdark. We're just in a normal city. Look, let's just.
I don't like cities without speckles.
Can I look around? Am I back in one of my wizarding, like, you know, college cities? Is this a student town? Are there people around who'll be studying? They generally look after people. They're really good.
Roll me an investigation.
And Ella being in a city without speckles is visibly shaking.
What is wrong with my rolls today?
You don't
Do I-
recognize the city.
Do I still have that advantage from Joe?
Yeah.
Ooh, 21.
Oh, okay. So you don't recognize the city from being there, but as you're looking around at like the building structure, this seems like one of the bigger cities of Falcon, maybe. You seem to be kind of in an alleyway, not in a great part of town. You don't see any student-like entities walking around. Although it's not like the capital city, it definitely looks to be a big city. There could be wizards here and maybe tutors. You're not sure about like an organized university though. Learning wizards plus like metropolis cities sometimes end up being a bit explodey, especially in like mountain cities. So especially in the mountainsides, they tend to put the magic students more towards the base of the mountains
Yeah,
or like by the sea.
That's really fair. The amount of dorms that blew up. Yeah, no, that's fair. There was always Tiffany the wizard who was left by her boyfriend, and then she blew up his apartment, and and he had to cast a tiny hut and lived in that for a few weeks. It was a real mess.
Wait, she blew up his apartment? How?
Well, she's a wizard. She was studying evocation. They get access to some big booms.
Yeah, you should not overreact like that. When people break up with you, that just means that the relationship wasn't very good, and you should be happy it's done.
It was yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but she was having a lot of hormones. She was a teenager.
Ah, hormones.
That's not an excuse.
That's a scary monster.
Yeah.
What are hormones?
Okay.
What are
There should be some glands at the back of your head and at the base of your neck. Try activating them and see how it feels. Wait, don't do that. Don't do that. Forget I said anything.
You're holding papers.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. I completely forgot. Will someone read them? I don't want to read mine.
As you squint
Right.
down.
Joe, could you read mine?
I can. Like you read the book, I'll read your note. That's fine. That's fair. Notes are smaller, so it's a good trade for me. I read the notes that Ella had.
All of the notes say the same thing. They're written in the same handwriting as what wrote the book and the runes. And it says, "Get arrested. I'll meet you there."
Well, I think we were on the right track.
Can I tell if these notes are sent from like on high, or is this the wizard?
It does not look.
Can Can I insight check the note?
It does not look like divine writing, and you just from looking at it from the amount that you guys have read through the wizard's stuff, it looks like the wizard's handwriting or a forgery of the wizard's handwriting. You can roll an investigation to see if you can notice differences, to see if it's forgery or legit.
Well, I mean, if we want to get arrested, it's real easy, but...
Or you can roll religion or arcana to see if it was divine or like conjured or...
Religion.
I'm gonna roll investigation.
No clue.
Clearly
Very
this
well
message was
put.
sent from your god through the wizard directly to you.
It all makes sense. No, he did send letters before, so...
And Ella, as you're looking, it looks to be legit. You haven't really studied forgery, but...
I mean, it is excellent advice as well.
Seems legit to me.
That was the plan.
Centagon, you looking at it, you've read the most of these scribblings by this this person, and this one seems... This is fresh. The ink is still slightly wet. It was definitely written by the wizard. This is his paper. But it's almost like he wrote it and directly handed it to you as soon as it was on the paper.
Okay, well... I mean, the wizards asked us to get arrested. Do we just, like...
I don't...
Wait, I
don't
thought it
know
said
about
don't
you.
get arrested. We should get arrested? I'll read it again.
I don't know about you, but I don't plan on getting arrested. I think we should just go to the prison
I mean, it's real
and
easy.
not get arrested.
It'll be real easy for me to be arrested. I mean, I just have to do the thaumaturgy thing. I make my eyes glow. I make black smoke around me and make my voice go a little boomy. I just have to make sure I don't overdo it. Otherwise, then people try to kill me and wage armies against me, and that's not cool.
Puck leans in and says,
Having dark eyes is still not illegal.
"You call that scary?"
Ah!
Right. It probably is real easy to get arrested with that one traveling with us.
Yes.
We just have a like, stand near a school or something.
Hang on a minute, I've got it. Let's just make like a protest. We'll do a non-violent protest or something, and then we'll all get arrested.
We are
I'm not sure
supporting
why we should
quizzes.
get arrested. Like, I'm thinking Ella's plan of just walking into the prison is probably pretty good.
I mean, okay.
That seems like if that's where we're supposed to go, might as well walk there as free people.
Yes, it beats getting arrested.
Yeah, because then we'd have to do a crime in order to get arrested, which is never good.
What is a crime?
A crime is something you don't want to do. It's something that hurts people or is bad.
Yeah, anything that like negatively impacts other people, like their happiness and health and all that. Also, jaywalking for some reason.
So, I remember balloon animals making someone unhappy. Is that a crime?
Oh.
That's
No.
what the balloon animal is. I can think of some really crimey balloon animals.
Not the snake.
No, snake's fine. Snakes are good.
No, snakes are fine.
It depends on
Actually,
which
they're one
kind
of the
snake.
better balloon animals and count them being so simple.
Worms.
Worms are good.
Mm-hmm.
Really easy.
So we are just going to walk to the jail.
Yes.
That's
That's
the
the
plan.
Where is
The
it?
wizard really is watching us.
Let's ask the God of Knowledge where the prison is. Oh, great God of Knowledge, How to get to prison. Click.
Roll
Nope.
me
There's
a
specified.
religion.
I'm just casting locate object for the prison. So it just happens.
Typing it in on Google Maps.
Yep.
Does it work with? I almost said
A
orifices.
prison is an object.
Edifices.
I assume so. I haven't looked it up.
Oh, let me look fast. Oh my gosh. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but that's good enough. Object that is familiar to you. As long as you've seen it up close.
I understand why my
Yeah.
initiative modifier is level 4 now. It's just, there you
The
go.
nearest object of a particular kind, which jail.
Have you seen a jail? Up
I've
close?
seen a jail, sure.
Okay.
I know what a jail is.
Oh man, I have so many questions about your backstory now. When was the cleric of the god of knowledge?
You know, sometimes you go out drinking when you're in cleric school, and it doesn't end well.
You can
Yes.
sense a direction of it. You can tell that it seems pretty far away. It's probably going to take you like several hours walk to get there.
It's
On
that
the way there,
and
Ella's going to be like, yes, drinking does tend to get you in jail.
right, it's not my fault. Anyway,
Well-
if I'm reading these measurements correctly on this prayer I did, it should take a couple of hours to walk there. So let's get going, and maybe keep
Yes.
an eye out for cool stuff in the city.
And hopefully we don't have a stalker.
A stalker? Why?
Syntagon just
Cut
looks
big-
at Puck.
Why would he have a stalker? We teleported here. No one knows we're here.
Someone had to deliver those letters.
They came from on high. Like, the god of knowledge can teleport knowledge into your hands wherever you are, or into your brain.
That seems like a stalker to me.
Wallet. Well, he is all-knowing, so he also is not evil.
As you walk through,
his like charter that he can't be evil.
knowledge is neither good nor evil, only the men who use it, or something like that. I feel like there's a quote.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
As you're walking through the city, this is booming. It's sort of like the feel of like a big city where no one like is even looking at you. They're just like stuck in their drone worlds of going about their life.
If this is a big city and Ella's there without speckles, she's going to be holding on to someone.
But who?
Hold my hand if you want. That's all right.
There are people like sometimes they like shoulder past you. The buildings are all like pretty tall as you're walking through, and you sort of get jostled a bit as you're going. It seems to be very tall and very sprawling, and you don't really encounter any troubles on the way there. You find the prison, and it's kind of a low, squarish building, and there are some guards out front. They're armed, but not like aggressive, and they're wearing high-ranking uniforms of the Valkyngon army.
Well, here we are.
Oh, hi!
Hello? What's your business here?
Well, we got these notes, you see. I show him the note.
Well, you know someone in the prison then?
Maybe. Like, we've got to send these letters telling us to get to the jail. I mean, it does say to get arrested, but that seems like a bad idea. I was wondering if we could just walk around, see who's in there.
If you leave your weapons at the door.
Oh, yeah,
You
sure.
know, all implements, books, all that stuff.
Wait, books? Why?
Spellcasters.
Wait.
We're not daft.
Would you part a student from his learning stick?
What do you need to learn inside of a
This is
jail?
my emotional support book.
How to not get in jail?
Well, that's what your eyes are for. See them rotting in there, you never want to go back.
Ella reluctantly passes over her club.
I'm having second thoughts about going in the jail. It sounds pretty spooky.
Well, yeah, but all the spooky stuff is behind bars. So we'll be perfectly safe, right?
And we'll get our stuff back on the way out. Correct?
I could ask the God of Knowledge if going in here is a good idea. But it seems safe enough. Let's not bother the gods.
Okay, but these are I need all of these. These are my textbooks for school. So I'll
Just right.
We will get the stuff
You
back.
promise not to burn the books.
Of course not. Women of the law.
All right. See, it's fine.
heard that before. Okay, yep, here we go. I'm gonna put all this stuff down. And look, here's my arcane focus. I'm putting it right in the side there. And here's my staff. I'm gonna pull the staff out of my robe. Put that down. Is that everything? Yep, that's everything.
I just put my morning star and my crossbow and my shield. I'm keeping the armor though, because that's a real trick to get on and off. That's all right.
Bella pulls out a plain muffin. Here you go.
Places it gingerly like in a holding like little container, and one of them takes out it looks sort of like a magic wand and kind of passes it over each of you and sort of looks and says, "You have a few magical items on you. Would you care to state what they are, please?"
Oh,
Yes, I have boots that help me make no noise.
Mm-hmm.
I have a ring of protection, a ring of resistance. I forgot about that.
Okay.
I've got an amulet of having a good time at night with ladies, and not having any consequences.
Her eyebrows raise like into her hairline. And she sort of says, "Right. Well, you're welcome to enjoy the prison.
I hope we
One
will.
moment." And she like
Bella,
hits a bell, and a little, it's not a dwarf, it's a very small human, comes out dressed in sort of the same garb, and she's like, "Okay, hi, a tour of the jail?"
I guess so, yeah.
What,
Is that all right?
You actually have someone waiting to give tours of the jail? How often does this happen?
Well, not often, but every time someone comes in not in chains, they want to visit someone or they want to tour, and I might have been eavesdropping slightly.
No, that's
Okay.
all right. Curiosity, that's how learning happens. So
Yes.
the God of Knowledge smiles upon you. I
Yep.
can't actually see if he's smiling, but it feels like he's smiling.
Knowledge is power.
Is it?
Bella turns to Joe and whispers in his ear, "You're gonna have to explain that amulet to me later. I want to hear that story."
What story?
Why you have that amulet?
I mean, it's just safety, right? I mean, you don't want to go to the cleric every time.
Okay.
Cleric clinic.
Hmm.
So we enter the prison, and your tour, as you enter here, that is not the correct.
This was such a better idea than getting arrested.
So you enter here.
Yes.
Your tour guide says, "Okay, so what do you want to know about the prison?"
Well, we got these notes, you see, that we should get in here, and we're not quite sure why. So we'd just like to just have the general tour and see what's here, so we can see why.
I think we'd be
we're supposed to go here.
particularly interested in any je ne sais.
Okay. We don't have any right now.
This is weird to talk about them like they're, like things for sale because they're people.
Yeah, isn't it weird?
We had one for a while, but he got out. We don't like to advertise that, but he did sort of disintegrate. So not really sure what we can do about that.
It's not getting out.
It's dying.
Something else.
He kind of like turned into mud and just sort of like slurped down a drain. And I didn't know Genasi could do that, but I guess maybe they can do that.
Wait a minute.
I mean, what are we gonna?
Wait a minute. I remember you. Aren't you Tiffany from school?
Oh my God, Syntagon!
Hey!
I can't believe it's you. Hello. How? Oh my gosh, are you growing your horns out?
Maybe. What do you think?
It looks so good. It looks so good. See, I always thought you had kind of a big forehead, but this makes it look just perfect. Anyway.
I never noticed how big your forehead was. That's great. That totally covers it up. That's such a good idea.
I think you have a wonderful forehead.
Right?
I read somewhere, it was in fertility or something like that, that if you have a big forehead, it means you're smarter. So
That's
I guess
true.
congratulations in having a big forehead. Anyway, these are up front are some of our very not dangerous criminals, more like, the drunk tanks and the party hardy kind of folks. Not really
Getting drunk.
Pardon?
Those dang tanks that are always getting drunk.
Yes, I mean,
It's never the DPS, it's always the tank.
Yeah.
if you're gonna be able to tank a shot, you should be able to tank a shot, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yes, right.
So anyway, so up here, it's mostly people that, it's just going to be here for a day or two. And then if we, come on, keep walking, back around here, you'll notice that we alternate our cells doors on each and other side. When we release prisoners, it's really uncomfortable if the ones along the middle come out together, and sometimes they have problems. So like if they come out on opposite sides, that just tends to work out better for everyone. Over here, we have the mess. And here's the little kitchen, and keep walking around a little bit. There's like the group shower here, but
I don't want to see in there.
I don't want to either.
No.
And then we have some guard like lounges, I guess you'd say. We have like
Break
little
rooms.
Yeah, break rooms. I mean, we don't really get a lot of breaks because lots of prisoners here are like really dangerous as you start getting around the corner. So then we have a couple cells over here that we use for, how politics are, our richer people.
Politicians, put them in jail. Right. With
Well,
you.
kind of, yeah. And then moving right along, more of just the general jail cells. And then against this wall here, those are our big bad guys. Only the baddest of the bads go against that wall. And over in the corner, that is our special reserved solitary room. Only solitary confinement goes in there.
Oh, so these are all the really bad people.
As you walk past the doors or past the cells, you can see that it's just like flush doors. There doesn't seem to be any windows or bars or anything. You can't really see inside of any of the cells.
Oh, I was hoping to see inside, to see what like really evil people actually look like.
Really evil people? Okay.
I mean, don't open the door if it's not safe.
No,
Don't
of
do
course
that.
not.
Okay.
I know a spell
I mean-
of invisibility.
I mean, I would like
How's
to
that?
talk to them, see what made them so evil.
I do.
Like, I don't think they have a look though.
Don't they?
If they did, wouldn't they? Wouldn't you?
I
When
suppose
they-
that would render the entire spell of detect good and evil completely useless. If you could just
Yes,
tell by
if they had a look,
Right. It's just a balance.
it would make them. It would make them. Not, it would make affording them much easier,
Well,
and it would make it much harder for them to do bad.
I understand what you're saying. Trust me, I do. But the worst of the worst are always elves. Always. Now, I know that might sound like I'm being like kind of, the big R word, but I don't know what it is about them. They just hate our people. Well, not like humans, but like our people. And well, not like magic people, but like our country. Not that there aren't elves. Well, there aren't much elves here. It's the war, you know?
I feel like I should point out that my friend here is a half elf. And that
Yes, my mom was an elf.
Wow. You seem more human than elf. Good for you.
Oh my god, I can't believe how opinionated you are on this topic!
Yeah, this is quite disturbing.
What? You've never been affected by the war? You've never seen an elf stab the person that you're on duty with? It's horrifying.
Oh,
They're
God.
vicious.
How did you end up in guard duty anyway? You were studying a vacation.
Well, I was, but I don't know. There is this really cute guy, and I don't know. It just, has some of the same classes together. And I don't think he ever liked me back though, but I'm really happy with the life career that, I've made for myself here. It's really great.
All right. I'm good. It's good you're channeling your and excitement into a positive career of keeping bad people in here.
Yeah. Do you want to see one of the elves?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not, right?
I can make invisibility on one of these doors. We'll go for this one right here. And she kind of like holds a hand up and pulls it down along the wall. And it's it's almost like if somebody like opened a window down. The wall seems to disappear as she does it. And you can look through, and there is an elf in there that has their hands or their wrists tied together, and their hands are in like these blocks. And then they have something over their mouth, not like a gag, but like a mask, sort of like a half mask.
Are they all chained like this?
Oh, just the dangerous ones. This one, pretty sure was a caster. We didn't find one with any weapons, so we just sort of assumed he was a caster.
That seems pretty inhumane and
Yeah,
cruel,
not all
the way you have them.
Are wizards. Like some are just peasants.
Well, he was surrounded by several dead people, and he was still alive, so we kind of made an assumption.
Well, I'm glad that the soldiers that found us didn't make such assumptions. We were surrounded by dead people, and we were still alive.
You look kind of rough, though.
Let's not give them any reason to put us in the jail. We're not bad people, I swear.
Well, no. I'm not saying that, of course. No, but this one was actually on some wanted posters as well. We didn't just be like, oh, you must be a hobo that can do magic, but you're an elf, so go to jail. We did some research first. And, people found him guilty, so here he is. His cellmate is actually in solitary right now. But, yeah, it's just a precaution because, wizards are pretty crafty. We're pretty smart, and we don't always need to have a spell book. We can find components. We can cast with, silent spells or not moving our hands if we have the right abilities. So
I guess you would know, being that you went to wizard school.
I did go to wizard school with Syntagon. I have so many stories about Syntagon you wouldn't even believe.
I would love to hear all the stories.
Yes, I would love to hear all the stories.
Knowledge.
Well, I'm on duty right now, but we should absolutely have a kegger later, just for old time's sake.
Oh God, the keggers were always the worst.
I don't know. It's totally good. I'll grab some of my girlfriends, and I'll go to this bar I know, and I know the bartender is really, really nice.
It sounds lovely.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Yes.
Was there she kind of goes like this, and the door resolidifies and says, was there something Pacific you're looking for?
No. What did you say about girls?
The note said that they would meet us here.
Well, who are you meeting?
Maybe we're
Besides
meeting
me.
you.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that sounds like a real good idea. Us all going out like old time's sake.
I mean, if
Yeah.
we were sent here, and it's an awfully big coincidence that you and Syntagon used to be like good friends. So,
Well, I don't know about good friends, you know. He's a bit, you know.
Bookworm?
Well,
what? What am I? What?
No, I mean, it's nothing bad. I'm not trying to say it's bad, of course. It's, you know, it's great. You're fantastic. That's all I want to say. You're so great.
he does seem nice. A bit nervous.
That seems like you don't want to say what you're gonna say, so you're just gonna compliment me instead.
No. You're see, that's what I like about you. You're just so smart. But who sent you here? You said you were sent? I'm
Yeah,
curious.
we got this note. That's it, though. We don't have any more. I don't think there's a return address or something.
Weird. I don't know.
I know, right? But, you know, if you get a magical note, might as well.
I mean, I don't know that we're expecting anybody. Since you do have Syntagon with you, I guess I could do a friend a favor and you could look through our prisoner logs and see if any names jump out. But otherwise,
What was that one wizard's name that we were supposed to talk to that was really evil? He might be in jail here.
Yes, Syntagon. I believe you have his name.
No, it wasn't
written somewhere.
Syntagon. No, it wasn't Syntagon.
It was like something Kent.
Right, Kent.
Not
Yeah, I remember
Gerbil.
his
That's from the Usual Suspects. Not Gerbil. That's from Toothtail and Talcum Powder.
Francis?
Francis Kent. That's it.
Yeah. He's in jail here then?
She gets a look on her face and
We're not
says,
his friends.
Oh
I
God,
swear.
that's the sort of face that she pulled when she blew up the dormitory. Oh.
you leap off to the side. She kind of like that thing where you're trying to be stern but also trying not to smile. She says, "How do you know that name?"
Oh, we were just in his tower. It was collapsing and full of dead bodies. Horrible.
Yes,
And
I
he's really
believe.
evil, so it would make total sense for him to be here.
Yeah.
Well, he's actually been under investigation from us. Well, not this town, but the royal kind of military stuff. The people above me.
Well, we have the spell book that was in the tower. Would that help?
A spell book.
Does it count as a spell book if there's only one spell?
I think so.
What else was in it then?
Oh, I think we still have it.
No,
It's
at the counter. I had to leave all my books at the counter.
Yes.
You know, books are dangerous.
Yes, but on the way out, we could give it to you.
Hey, I guess I'm not allowed them in case I throw the book at someone. Hey?
Yeah. You know, Syntagon, did we go to any parties together? I don't remember ever seeing you at any of the parties I went to.
No, I was always studying.
But you did get invited, right?
Yeah? Narrator, Syntagon never got invited.
She kind of like gives you kind of a look and she pulls something out of her belt pouch and it looks like a very small stone. And she says, "Hey, they said that they have a book from the wizard Kent." And she like holds it up to her head. Hey, can you guys just hang out in the mess hall for a minute? I just want to check something real fast.
Is it the book? I mean, we could just come with.
Yes.
Yes and
Well,
no.
I would listen. I would listen to her. She seems to know what she's doing.
I can get you the prison logs and you can look through them while you're there if you're not sure if it is this wizard you're looking for.
Oh God.
Yes.
We're not even
Yes,
sure
that
why
seems
we're looking for him.
He did say he would meet us in the jail, so he might meet us while she's gone.
He might be getting arrested soon.
Yes.
It could be
Yes.
like having
He would
prophetic
really
dreams
meet us.
about him breaking the law.
Oh boy.
Don't worry,
Right.
we can still go out for a kegger later. But I just need to check something real fast. You'll wait for me, right,
friendly.
Syntagon?
Yeah,
He's your old friend.
I'll wait.
You're not old.
We can wait.
Of course I'm not old. She kind of like self-consciously like,
We can definitely wait. This is fine.
okay, well,
Yes.
just sit tight and I'll be right back.
All right, we're trusting you.
Of course.
As soon as she leaves, Syntagon's gonna like close the door and turn to his party and be like, "My rucksack is full of Francis Kent's books. It's absolutely full of them. Oh God, we're gonna get arrested. Oh no!
Well,
Why are you collecting books from an evil wizard?
I didn't know he was evil. I just thought he was a powerful wizard. I was just taking the books to learn things.
Don't learn
Yes,
things from evil wizards. That's how you become an evil wizard.
Oh God!
well, it's not the knowledge; it's how you use it.
They're not going to see it that way.
I'm gonna get
You were
arrested.
supposed to get arrested, so maybe this is a good thing.
Oh God!
We didn't do
I'm
anything
sure
wrong,
there's
though.
like a way to get out of this. Like we'll cast Zone of Truth, and you'll be like, I have no association with this wizard. Don't like him. Don't want to be like him.
I'm
Everything
too
will work out.
puny to be in prison.
Your friend
Well-
Tiffany seemed really nice. I'm sure she's on your side.
And good people don't get arrested.
Tiffany was
Right?
crazy at college. She set someone's dorm on fire. She blew it up.
So she's a bit passionate. Like,
Oh,
haven't we
God.
all
She's
gotten a
the
bit
one
passionate
that
about
caused.
a person?
Welcome to the academy. Please take
Like she
your
seems
seat.
better now. Good bit racist towards elves,
Yeah.
but
Oh my
She
God,
must
she's
have
so
gotten help.
racist.
yeah, that was kind of
It's
weird.
very racist. It made me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's a good thing you're not an elf, or you'd be dead.
Please, let's
What
not
about
use-
this Francis fellow? Is he an elf?
Who knows?
You know, I am 3/4 elf.
3/4 is quite a lot.
Yes.
You might want to like be careful and hide your ears, just to downplay it a little.
Oh God.
Not that you should downplay it. It's just
Well,
safer.
I mean, I wear this flower crown so that people don't see my ears.
See, they're smart. Always got to think.
Yes.
As you're talking,
I'm gonna just quickly check if the God of Knowledge thinks that we should run away or stay here and trust in the system. Augury.
I do not trust in the system. Not if people like Tiffany
I
are
trust in
running
the
it.
system, but perhaps that's a mistake.
No, not with people like Tiffany running it.
We shouldn't say that too loud, probably.
okay, so you cast augury. Do you have your material components?
Probably, right?
You don't have your do you still have your holy
Specially
symbol?
marked sticks. That seems doable to still have on me.
Yeah. So you cast augury as your stick sort of and the omen. What is your question specifically?
Should we trust in the system that everything will work out all right for Syntagon?
Wheel of woe.
It's loading. Give it a minute. It's a bad connection in the prison. Thick walls.
Yes, I hear it. I hear it gets slower if more people use
Wheel
it.
and woe.
Ah, dang it. That's the one that's never any use. And so there's good things about trusting the system, and there's bad things about trusting the system. But that just means that trusting the system reinforces the system, causing it to keep existing, and that's bad. But Who knows? So, God of Knowledge is not a lot of help there. So
Okay,
it's up to you.
I think I can cast a firebolt without my spellbook, and I can definitely cast Hellish Rebuke because that's one of my natural abilities.
I don't think any of those are going to prove your innocence to these guards. In fact, I think that's going to make everything a lot worse.
I realize that. Yep.
As you're speaking, everybody hears the sound of a gong. And as you look at the prison, at the doors to the mess hall, they turn solid.
See, that's a bad sign. That.
Oh boy.
Well, look on the bright side. At least we're getting arrested, like the note said.
I think they
Yep,
found my
we
bag.
did that correctly.
I don't think I'm gonna go to a kegger with the girls later.
Yeah, that's kind of a shame.
Yeah, I was not going to go anyway. She's
I
very
was
racist.
Does sound fun, but
She
they're
might-
also powerful racists, so
She might have had a nice friend.
that is true. Yeah. All right. We should not judge her friends based on her. That's a good point.
So, what do we do now?
Well, we're locked in here, so might as well have lunch. Anyone want
Yes.
some sloppy joes?
There's a
Named after me.
prisoner who's like at the like cafeteria serving area, and there's some food there, like ready with a ladle.
Hello. Could I have some?
I've got muffins.
Is it normal that the door gets like that? Is that
I've got one muffin left,
all right?
actually. One.
They gesture to the dishes in front of them and sort of wave the ladle questioningly. You can tell that this is a half elf.
I'll have that one. Is that one good?
Hey, are you
You
okay?
seem quiet.
Can you speak?
Yeah.
Did they cut
Well,
out your
that's fine.
tongue?
You're so good at guessing.
Is this room?
They cut
Oh,
out
no,
your
that's
tongue!
horrible.
Oh no!
They open their mouth and there is just, you can see that there is no tongue within there.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be.
No.
You at least deserve that. I can't imagine that you did, but let's check. Were you horrible?
I believe that is never deserved.
Right, but like you never know. They could be like, evil baby killers or something.
They place a hand on their chest and they grasp the ladle as if it was a sword.
You were a warrior.
So you weren't even a spellcaster? Oh my god, they removed your tongue and you're not even a spellcaster!
And they put the ladle in and they do this.
You were a spy. Wow, I'm good at this.
You really are.
We need to get out of here.
I thought maybe they were a lookout. Or maybe a
They
bird
dish you out
watcher.
some more food.
Can I try one of the spicier ones, please?
They pull out like a little like container and kind of like shake something over the food.
One last question. Is the food safe? Oh, okay, well that makes me feel slightly better.
Even though this person is a prisoner, I've got an odd sense of trust towards them. Could be that they're quiet, but probably not.
Yes. Just to be safe, I'm going to cast Purify Food and Drink as a ritual.
Okay.
Oh, that's so rude. Thanks for
Yeah.
the food. Let me just purify it.
It's like, oh, thank you. Let me just fix it real fast. Do you have? Does that take material components?
Cast anytime, one action, and it's a ritual.
Does it have material components though?
Yes, ruby dust worth 50 GP.
Do you have that on you?
They wouldn't have taken that away, I don't think.
Well, usually you either have an arcane focus, right, to cast your spells and consume the material components, or a component pouch.
Yeah. Component
So-
pouch.
Okay. All right. They would have left that with you. So you can go ahead and cast that and purify it. Are you purifying everyone's or just yours?
Just mine.
Okay.
Since they
I
seem to trust this one.
think we've killed Syntagon.
I need to write all my spells on like a little pocketbook or something. This is the worst.
As you start to eat the food that is, you can tell that like the base ingredients are pretty bland, standard, but whatever's been done to them, they've been prepared well, but you're starting with not great. So it's fine. It's like if you had like the off-brand version of every food, just sort of well prepared. And as you lament your book lossage, Puck leans forward and says, I could try to get it for you.
Oh God, no! It might make things worse.
How could it be worse?
Well, they could arrest us for real.
They could at the moment find us innocent, possibly. It's like
we're
I
Joe's.
don't believe
still
we.
here. Like the door's
I
shut.
don't believe we've done anything wrong. I think they're just holding us because you had some very, very dangerous books.
It's probably just a precaution.
I'd say think positive.
Right. Ella's right.
Positive.
Like, I'm sure none of the books were especially evil. Like, were there any on necromancy or demon summoning?
I didn't look. I just grabbed books off the top shelf and stuffed them in my
I
bag.
mean, I'm sure that they were especially evil. I don't think
It seems like a
possession.
wizard.
Oh, maybe that's
I
right.
don't
Maybe I'll get off light on
possession
possession. That's right.
I don't think possession is against the law.
It's 9/10 of the law. Come on.
Belinda Puck like tries to comfort Syntagon, but it's that same like moist heat of the pat. It's okay, friend. We will make it through.
No, you're really starting to get good at being a friend.
Yeah, I think
good
Syntagon might
friends.
even hug Puck.
Yeah,
Despite
come
being
on.
completely freaked out.
As they like go to like awkwardly hug you back, it's almost like stepping inside of a brief sauna and then out again.
Why are you so warm?
I'm steam.
Are you a steam elemental?
Right now I'm a Puck.
I thought you were a Belinda.
I am both. But I think I am steam. It sounds the right word.
Yes, you can be whatever you want.
That
Really?
is true.
You can
You
dance
want
if
me
you want
steam?
to.
Like I said, it was half and half, made to be one. The water and the lava made to be one.
Did we create you?
Did you? I don't remember. I just remember being.
I
I
put
think we did.
Yeah, we put the fire and the water together.
Your parents. Is that correct?
I'd like to think I'm
In
still
a
a
way.
friend. I'm too young to be a parent or guardian. Especially without doing the fun bit with the girls.
I'm technically old enough, but I have this, so I'm pretty sure I'm not a parent.
I guess you make me. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you're happy to be alive.
Yes, I'm happy that you're alive too.
Hopefully they don't kill me.
Or lock you up, because being alive is a lot less fun if you're stuck in the same room for like.
And if that prisoner over there is any indication, you don't want to be locked up.
Yeah, not here.
I don't think they can catch steam.
Well, yes, but then Puck will be. Poor Puck.
Yeah, should we do something about that at some point? Like, is Puck all right in there?
You're the cleric,
is
Joe.
fine.
You tell us.
I don't know about this stuff. I studied giant and orcish. I don't like to learn.
Puck
Could
is
I
fine.
make a nature check or something to see if I know?
You make
I
medicine.
did study medicine, so I'm going to make a medicine check.
Yes. I'll make a medicine check too.
As you're sort of like examining over your spicy sloppy joes, this Puck Belinda creature, Ella, I mean, it looks alive and it moves and it appears to be breathing, so probably fine. And then as you're looking, Joe, there are a couple moments where you're like, peeling back the eyelids and looking, where you can like very clearly see that there's like almost a haze over the pupils, and like as you're like looking in the mouth, you can see like as they breathe, it comes out as steam, and you can see sort of like these small indicators that there is a separation between what is Puck and what is this being around or
Right.
inside.
How's Puck's body doing? Is it showing any signs of distress?
It looks tired, but otherwise fine, and not like tired like it's been like a lot of strain on it, but more tired like it just didn't sleep. It doesn't seem to be like keyword exhausted. Just you should probably sleep soon because you've been walking kind of a lot, and but otherwise seems healthy.
All right. They seem okay, but they do need a nap, like at some point. Also, I think they should be drinking more water on account of the steam. That just seems like a good idea. I'll get you some water. I can get them like a pitcher. Yeah, you should drink this on account of you being steam. Then there's more.
Is it eating me?
The water? No,
Is it cannibalizing?
I don't think so. It's water. It's not alive. Look, stick my finger in the water. All right, now you can't drink it. I mean, you can.
I
You should
stuck
drink.
myself in a finger. Ha ha ha. Drinks it. Hmm.
Whilst everyone else is doing medicine checks and useful things, Syntagon is freaking out.
Quietly, like rocking back and forth.
Like his thoughts are literally going, maybe I can do detect magic to see if there's something going on, but they've probably got like detect magic detection. So like
as you are quietly freaking out and this very strange occurrence is happening, roll me a perception check, y'all.
oh god.
I've just realized I can probably destroy this elemental with destroy water, which is a spell I have.
Oh, that's harsh.
That tracks.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was probably freaking out a lot right now without
It's one of my
speculation.
favorite things when the dice match what's going on in the story.
Exactly.
Yeah, it tracks.
So as Syntagon is freaking out quietly in the corner, and as
was
Ella is
Not so quietly freaking out.
is
as
more
well.
like talking aloud through all the options and trying to reassure everyone who's also kind of just not listening. Joe is paying a lot of attention and like seeing how this water happens and, considering this interaction. And you hear footsteps going past. It sounds like there's 2 sets. And then everyone notices the door is back.
See, it's all cleared up now. We can go. If you just trust in the system, everything works out. And then the guards come in and the rest of us.
Tiffany does come in, and she's like putting some weapons back, and she says, "I'm really sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine.
I would like to ask you some questions."
Now I know you might
We
have
would
found
like to answer them.
I know you might have found a lot of strange things in my bag, but I promise I took them all without knowing anything about what they were.
Well, see, here's the thing. We just brought him in, and he knew exactly where you were. That's where we're going to end today.
That's a great ending.
Oh my god!
So much.
That was so
You got
fun.
it in the system and it worked.
That was amazing GM. I had such a
Thank
great
you.
time.
Oh my gosh, I had so much fun.
Fantastic.
It was great playing with you guys. Like, we had such good chemistry. Ugh, the characters.
Yes, everybody was trusting.
We've definitely
Yes,
found
which is so
Syntagon.
great.
Yeah.
If you just innocent your way through, like NPCs will treat you well. It's something I've noticed.
Yeah, I love where it's just like, get arrested, and you're like, let's just go there. Like,
Yeah.
just YOLO it. Turn in your stuff. All right, here's my stuff. Oh, it's so good.
I'm an impressionable person, okay?
Yeah. Was Syntagon just going along with us because we were like very decisive about just being trusting and honest?
Well, yeah, Syntagon's literally been taught that as wizard, he should follow the orders of other troops and do what they do because tactically, you know, they'll protect him. So
That is true.
he's
And
very
it did happen.
trusting.
It all paid off.
Yes, and Ella would die for Syntagon.
Ah. Well, everyone, here we are at the end of the show. Why don't we go round, say who we are, where we can find each other, and what our favourite part of today's show was. Why don't we start with you, Tater, and go round?
Yes, my favorite part was definitely when we met up with the guards and I was like, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to, and then they hit me. Why?
Yeah, that was an odd moment. You're like, oh, I surrender. Ah!
Easy pickings, you say.
Yeah, that's how you attack people. You surrender, if they still attack, they're angry.
Then you surrender more emphatically, according to Ella.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
No, you don't understand. You surrender.
Like,
You
I'm
not kill
peaceful.
us.
No, please tie me up. Please take me back. Like, whatever it takes.
Yes, because that's Ella's character. Ella's very trusting.
Yeah, synergized well with Joe, which was nice.
Yeah.
And Ella never gave up that this was a cleric's tower.
No.
Well,
She's just like, we were told that this was a cleric's tower. Before this is a cleric's tower.
It might be.
Who knows?
Why don't we go next around to Paladin Hulk? Oh, hi.
Hi, everybody. I'm Paladin Hulk. I had an amazing time playing on the channel, as usual. Such a great time. My favorite part was Tiffany, just the change that happened when you started to get in character with Tiffany. That was just...
Oh no, when she started being racist?
Yeah, that was like, okay.
That's like, I like Tiffany. Oh, wait, I don't. No.
Like, oh, Tiffany, I remember stories. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, she's racist now.
Oh boy, she was the worst.
Yeah, great character because she was kind and she's still kind and nice to us. Just
I believe if Ella took off her flower crown and her ears came out.
some complexity there. That was my favorite part. Just the whole Tiffany character.
I love that it was just sort of like a collaborative character because, like, up to that point, it's like, there's a guard, and then Tiffany, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, that was a great.
I love the yes and.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was when you started doing the slight Valley Girl accent. That was when I was like, you sound like a Tiffany. Well, next around we come to the wonderful DM of this shenanigan and terrifying NPC creator, Holly.
Yes.
Oh, hi. I'm Sage Ophelia. You can find me on Twitter. Same name. I'm here every Thursday, and I'm here on Tuesdays playing Call of Cthulhu. I loved all of this. I don't know if I could pick a favorite part. I think everybody had some really good moments. I loved just the insistence that, like, the God of Knowledge. I loved the, like, I pictured it a business card that just said Google on it, being handed out. That was great. That might be my favorite moment. That was really good. And also Syntagon's like realization of like, wait, I'm a teenager and this is a lady talking to me. And then sort of seeing this inner battle as Tiffany was just worse and worse a person to be like, oh God, how low do I let my standards fall? Like beer and girls, racism.
Yep.
And then too, like, just the insistence of Ella to like peace. Peace is what's gonna happen here, guys. Like aggressive peacefulness is just, like I've never seen that executed so well.
Thank you.
My God, what a show. Well, everyone, please check out my closing links. You'll be pleased to know that this week I do not have heat stroke at the end of the session. I'm feeling great. You can see all our social links, all of our places you can support us, and all of that good stuff. I am going to go...
I'm really glad you got...
Yeah, I've got to make the decision now. Do I stay awake and do all the aircon install now and get back to UK time, because I'm going to a UK time wedding tomorrow? Or do I take a nap and then do it in a bit? It's a whole thing.
Can I suggest nap?
Any sleep is better than no sleep. That's all I've got for you.
We'll see what happens. I mean, I shouldn't really work at this time in the morning anyway, because it is only like 7 a.m. and people are probably sleeping. But at the same time, it's Friday, so it is a working day. Anyway, that's the end of the show, everyone. Thank you very much. Until Monday when we are back, keep on evoking emotions, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye!